towers to Soweto streets, to leaders' minds like jazzed up beats. No time for shade, no space for ire. It's harmony they must inspire. Whisper treaties, roll the dice. Diplomacy spiced with some advice. Two nations rise when leaders care. The future's waiting, are they aware? Whisper treaties, roll the dice. Diplomacy spiced with some advice. Two nations rise when leaders care. The future's waiting, are they aware? In the heart of shadows where headlines grow, a name engraved in whispers and undertow. Ambassador, no title, now it seems so stark. Persona non grata written in the dark. Oh, the ties that thread and tangle tight. Diplomatic dances in the cold moonlight. A step misplaced and the stage does sway. Persona non grata carried far away. Pages turn but bridges burn so fast. A name in ember solemnly cast. In halls of power, a silent decree echoes in whispers across the sea. Oh, the ties that thread and tangle tight. Diplomatic dances in the cold moonlight. A step misplaced and the stage does sway. Persona non grata carried far away. When walls talk back and windows cry, boundaries drawn under heavy skies. In the space between the set and scene lies a story that cuts unclean. Hold the ties that thread and tangle tight. Diplomatic dances in the cold moonlight. A step misplaced and the stage does sway. Persona non grata carried far away.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. It is the midnight hour here on the East Coast of the United States. It is, what is it now, Sunday, the 23rd of March, 2025. Persona non grata, and before that, diplomatic dances. Yes, well, boy, you think that, look, I mean, what I predicted 5 weeks ago couldn't possibly be any truer than it actually is. The ANC clearly wants the United States to punish the ANC so they can play the victim. What else explains what is going on with these bat crap crazy folks? Now, I mean, look, the behavior of the African National Congress tonight clearly means we deserve an encore performance for that. Diplomatic dances in the cold moonlight. I mean, honestly, as Austin Powers would say. Really, folks. Oh, can you believe it? Can you believe it? You know what? Time for a replay of that. We got to hear that one more time. One more time. But I'm not hearing it. What's going on? Oh, the sound is turned off. Haha. That's why. Here we go. One more time. Persona non grata. You ready? Undertow, ambassador, no title. Now it seems so stark. Persona non grata, written in the dark. All the ties that thread and tangle tight. Diplomatic dances in the cold moonlight. A step misplaced and the stage does sway. Persona non grata carried far away. Pages turn but bridges burn so fast. A name in ember solemnly cast. In halls of power a silent decree echoes and whispers across the sea. Oh, the ties that thread and tangle tight. Diplomatic dances in the cold moonlight. A step misplaced and the stage does sway. Persona non grata carried far away. When walls talk back and windows cry, boundaries drawn under heavy skies. In the space between the set and scene lies a story that cuts unclean. Hold the ties that thread and tangle tight. Diplomatic dances in the cold moonlight. A step misplaced and the stage does sway. Persona non grata carried far away. Persona non grata carried far away.
I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming, it's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
Diplomatic dances in the cold moonlight. I made a video tonight, again, talking about the need for the ANC to get control of its party, and it can't even control itself at the highest levels. Between Rani Lamola and Fikele Mabulula, open mouth, insert large oversized foot. Put the I don't know, how big is a foot? A 44? Is that a big foot? Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Whoa. Hey folks, welcome back to the program. Missed y'all. Where you been? You've been hiding. I haven't seen y'all today. Well, some of you showed up. I did a live broadcast from Baltimore early today. Baltimore, Maryland, my birthplace, the place of my birth. That was my baby Wyatt's birthplace. Wow, I sound like I've been doing some kind of illicit narcotic here. Let's put some sugar in the body here. Coca-Cola. Yeah, it's a real thing. Hey, Dylan, you saw it. Okay, let's say hello to everybody in the chat. Welcome to the Neanderthals, the canines. All of you, welcome by Noto Boloye himself. Yes, the white women who can't bear children because they're genetically inferior, according to Noto Boloye. Yes, we weren't harmed by that. It didn't harm our dignity at all. No. We took it in stride. Yes, that's right. Hello, welcome to you, Anthony van Blerk, Elizabeth Kruger. Good morning, and Venitia Reint, Uman Nel, Jan Filon, AJ Quinn, Fred Baranga, Jean Spence, Dylan Combrick, one of the OGs. Dylan's been here since the very beginning, folks. Very beginning. We've been seeing Dylan here for a long time. Dylan has come to every single one of my meet and greets on Woodbridge Island. Sure has. And not a convenient trip for him. So really appreciate him being there. Thomas Holmes, and then Chantel is here. Yeah, midnight US, 6 a.m. Okay. And then just a quick hello, says Kai. Welcome to you. Maggie. CJ Maggie, what's going on there? Did you see Elon post about... I did not. What did Elon Musk have to say last night? Oh boy. Let's go to the tape. We'll go to the tape. I haven't been see Elon Musk. I haven't been looking at X. I had a long day, folks. I drove about 400 kilometers today. Well, more than, about 400 kilometers. Yeah, Elon Musk. Let's see what he's got to say. He's got 220 million followers. Wow. Okay, what did he say? Breaking at the wrestling match in Philly. Democrats. Where did he put this thing at today? Wisconsin. Boy, he's got a lot of posts here. 7 hours ago. Google search. Oh, there it is. Very few people know that there's a major political party south that's promoting white genocide. I know. Did you watch my video, man? Oh, look at this. Elon Musk promotes Bohr, but he won't promote my video. Elon Musk. My video is insightful, factual, correct, and on the money. But you promote Bohr's. Congratulations to Bohr. That's someone we know. Well, the account we know. We don't know who that is, but congratulations to that. Oh, you come out comment on this too. Yep. Well, but doesn't promote my stuff. Yep. Elon Musk didn't promote my stuff, so someone must have told him to promote that. Well, bummer for me, but congratulations to Bohr for getting your video. So your tweet's going to be, that's going to be awesome, going to be huge now. Let's see what the original one has now. The original now has, oh, look at that. Okay, he promoted Ronaldo's video. So Ronaldo's video got 10 million views now, and I got none. Wow, look at that. It's nice to be in the doghouse and kept in the cold. My video, which was very balanced, very fair, and had the actual footage. Congratulations, Ronaldo. 10.9 million views by extension for Ronaldo. Wow, that's huge. Wow. I'm envious and jealous and angry all at the same time. Army 2275. What's going on, man? Late night for you. Elizabeth has been awake all night. Hope you had sleep well. I had a little nap a short while ago. Yeah, that's probably why I'm so full of energy at the moment. Holden, Pete Fundamava, good morning to you. Yolanda. How are you? Army, I'm a little tired, but a little refreshed too. I'm not sure. Kind of stuck between fresh as a daisy and tired. Oh, by the way, did anybody notice I changed my tulip? Got new tulips. The purple ones have run their course. These are red. Pretty cool, huh? Adrian Strider, welcome to you. And Francois Leroux, got to hear the story of an eyewitness account of the USS Liberty night. Really? That's interesting. Interesting story there. Sunday afternoon in Japan. Hey, Courtney's still in Japan. My goodness, man. He's living it up, living the lap of luxury over there as a Navy reservist, enjoying himself in the land of the rising sun. Strangest sleep routine. Really appreciate your effort. Well, it's not that way intentional, Dylan. It's because of what's going on, and we're trying to keep him informed. And I didn't have a news program today because I was on the road. Boy, wait, here's some good news. Boy, my SUV, my Toyota, I haven't driven it that far in ages. Boy, that thing held up like a dream on the pothole Johannesburg-like streets of Baltimore, Maryland. My car held up just fine, going over the bumps and potholes, and took it just fine. The suspension was fantastic. It helps having new tires. I put new tires on it last year, but wow, it was nice. That thing at V8, hit that accelerator. She took off like a rocket. 21-year-old truck, yep. Gideon Russ has given us a yen super chat there once again. Afternoon. Well wishes from the land of the great east. Well, that'd be the land of the rising sun. Graham Kelly is here. Welcome. Len Crow, almost missed you there. Gideon Maloney. Mays. Marquis Pretorius. Who else we got there? Rodney Teat. Welcome to you. Well, the Japanese always did have an impressive fleet. No, they don't have nuclear power for their fleet. That was intentional. Georgina, welcome to you. Hey, Deploy, what's going on, Hank? All right. Stephen Nordkia is here. You guys are talking to each other. That's pretty cool. Look at this chat system we got going here. Another carrier strike group assigned here soon. Well, I wouldn't doubt it with the Chinese and their behavior. Bet Score, welcome to you. Mandy van Rooyen. And then Gadget 357. Well, 357 Magnum is a gadget, but it's interesting gadgets at least. Was this? General Flynn. What? When was General Flynn in the Pacific? He was not in the Pacific. He's an intel officer. Antoinette, welcome to you. Peter Jacobson. Rion 332. Stella 4. It's Army's birthday. Is it your birthday? Well, we can't let that go unmarked, folks. Hang on tight. Here we go. Army 3275 turned in late. Is it today as in Sunday, or was it Saturday? Do we miss it? Happy birthday to you nonetheless. More ships and military there, but the people don't like it, especially those living near the base. Yeah, look, I know. Japanese, but the government does like it. They claim they don't, but they're the ones that don't want us to leave. They're afraid of the Chinese. Yep. Well, Okinawa has been a problem for a long time. Truth is valuable. Indeed it is. El Marie, welcome to you. Heinrich Fissa, welcome. It's like they're asking for it. Yeah, they're literally asking for it. The ANC says, please, sir, give us sanctions. Please, sir, spank our bums. We want it so badly. Seriously. I mean, what's the deal here? Okay, for the hate wankers that steal that content, make sure that you put it in the context that came out there, okay? Just saying that now if you steal the content. Yep. Arctic is here. I was getting a little nervous there, man. We had to get some aviation expertise in here. Joe, I haven't seen Joe tonight either. Another pilot. Quagga, welcome to you. Look, I don't mean to hurt your feelings, man, but last I heard, quaggas were extinct. I'm just saying. Gideon's finished with the ANC. Yep. I'm still trying to wake up and the Colonel's dancing. Love this channel, says Irish. It looks like Colonel is up for a dope. You think this is Coca-Cola. I am enjoying Coca-Cola. Anyway, Courtney gave a super chat $200. Oh, he's out of here. Save my international data. Oh, yeah. Well, dude, get Wi-Fi. Get Wi-Fi. It's a nice thing about mobile phones. It's in the 21st century there, Courtney. You can use Wi-Fi. You don't have to use your data. Adrian Stratum, welcome to you. Chantel. Okay, cool beans. Who else we got here? El Murray. By the way, folks, I got to tell you, I did that parody video, and oh my gosh, the behavior of people is just unbelievable. I don't know if you saw the comeback video I did on it. I just I felt compelled to do it. Johan Pratt, welcome to you. Nee, folk Marlies, my folk Marlies. You know, I interviewed that young lady a couple years ago. Yeah, I interviewed her. It was interesting. From Namibia. Boys, Afrikaners really got a kick out of that video. She ran into that rugby post. The entire field. Nothing to hit except that post, and she hit it. Yeah. Anyway, Rebel Refugees. Tessa, welcome. Yeah, I'm trying to wake myself up. That's right. Goodman, welcome to you. Leandra Cecilia Heinz. Okay, welcome to you. DL Freighter's back. Welcome. Good to see you again. Die Körner trinkt die Rechte nie und uns. Lynette de Vet. All right, you look swish. Chris, you're amazing on a Sunday morning. Exciting mood. Yeah, I am. I mean, I just can't believe the ANC. I mean, honestly, you know, people attacking me like, oh, look at him, he's threatening America. No, I'm listening. Please listen to the words coming out of my mouth. Don't nobody understand the words coming. ANC, you are pushing yourselves into a corner. Is it intentional? Because that's where you're headed. Good Lord. What a tune. You like that, Bertie, huh? Da Fatai. All right, next up. Oh, my feelings hurt now. Ronaldo's video got recirculated. Mine didn't. 10 million views. Wow. Wow. I had to start. I stopped tweeting at Elon Musk because he never did anything with my stuff. Anyway. Yeah, we're having hey, Runel, what's going on? There's one of my moderators extraordinaire who worked overtime the other night. Yep. Well done the other night when Neil was on. I think it was Runel was working overtime. Maybe people trying to get into South Africa so they can apply for the program. Maybe. Should come for a braai here in Virginia. Against my better judgment, I will omit the onions. Don't make me play braai brookies. I'll do it. I'll take the copyright strike risk. You don't have to delete that every time I play it. Otherwise, my videos get taken down. Oh, my goodness. That's so funny. At least Elon promoting Raw is close to your channel getting attention. He can't do all his own media. The people who gather for Elon are closer to seeing your name. Well, it'd be nice. But good point, Light Rain. March 23rd. Thank you, everyone. Oh, okay. Yep, there you go. All right. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Army 3275. Oh, you're talking about the other General Flynn. Sorry, Holden. Sorry, the only one I know of and talk about is General Michael Flynn, whom I knew as an MI officer, the director of the Defense Intelligence Agency. Okay. Martinez Boats, welcome to. Who else we got here? All right, we're almost caught up on everybody here that's in the chat. Bridger's here, convinced that they want. Yeah, they do. They want to pay. You want to pay for it. You like those videos, Earl? I love them too. Friedrich Ludick. Morning to you. Did I get a bunch of views and likes on my video? No, I didn't. Let me go look and see. Not a lot of views. All the views are down this week across the board. Not so great. Let's see. Videos. That video on, geez, hang on. I got to reload this thing. So where's it? EFF, like 58,000. Well, actually, that one's up compared to the other ones, but it's still down from where it was just. Yeah, that's at 58,000. Yeah. So, and it's not picking up right now. It's getting 70 per hour, which isn't very many. When videos are taken off, even at this hour, I'd be getting 2,000 or 3,000 per hour instead of 70. So it's kind of died off, but 58,000, that's not even close to my big ones. The YouTube censorship and shadow banning seems to be back in effect again. But this has come because I now have over 60,000 subscribers, and thank you all for that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be getting these views. So people are tuning in and checking out the content. So thank you for that. We have 61,355 subscribers on the channel. But I got to tell you, folks, we've been doing some pretty amazing stuff here. We've been outperforming several of the South African media sites. Yep, we sure have. Absolutely. Let's see if I can find that figure here really quickly here. Someone sent that to me. I don't know if I still have it handy. I have a screen capture. I'm not going to show it to you, but I want to read from it if I can find it here. There it is. Okay, so these are the top 15 news sites in South Africa. And News 24 gets daily page views of 5.63 million. I can't even remotely compete with that. Daily Maverick, 348,000. But down at the bottom of this are Business Day, Business Live, ENCA. I beat all three of those. Their active daily page views, 162,000, 170,000, 119,000. And right now, my page views are exceeding that. Wow. So I'm on par to, if I have a couple, I've had a couple, well, I haven't beat them yet, but I'm on par to begin to beat Sunday Times. Wow. So, I mean, this is for a little, upstart YouTube channel here on YouTube that's been shadow banned, and I'm beating the three of the top 15, the bottom three. So that puts me, if I were a South African media site right now with my daily views, I would be ranked 12th or 13th in South Africa. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Thank you all. That's not me. That's you guys doing that. Content's always been there. General Roland Clark is now commanding general. Oh, Roland Clark. I thought you said Michael. I misread that. Ronell. Hey, Ronell. That's a different Ronell. Welcome to you. Sarita Flippa, welcome back. Barely awake, but I made my post for the Colonel. All right, cool beans. Yeah, no, started sell. I reported on the Daily Maverick swing 2.5, 3 years ago. They began shifting. 2.5, 3 years ago, they were down about 70-30, then 65-40 or 65-35, then down to 60-40. Now it's almost 50-50, 55-45, decent reporting, 45% just left as garbage. Yeah. Sedgefield's back. How is the garden route tonight? AJ needs some coffee. Someone told YouTube to boycott you. Oh, that's a long time ago, Elizabeth. They've been doing that for a long time. So let me see. Yeah, in the top 10 videos, if I'm looking at 3 other channels here, and all these channels are at least twice my size. So Ronaldo is almost 2.5 times size. Morning Shot's twice my size, and Citizen Concern's almost twice my size. And although Morning Shot's beating me right now, I'm not competing, but in the top 10, they've got 4, and I've got 6 of the top 10 videos this week. That's pretty cool. I mean, I was getting nothing just a couple months ago, so you got to be happy with that, man. Got to be happy with that. Yep. News 24 from people seeing their headlines, throwing up a bit of, yeah, exactly, scrolling past. 100,000 subscribers total. Is that all, really? Do you know who the biggest, most successful YouTuber is? Well, PewDiePie doesn't do interviews. I don't think I'm interested in doing him. And Mr. Beast is a questionable character, so I don't think I'm going to do him. Who is Diary of a CEO? Don't know. The Beast. Yeah, I don't really care for him. Fleeing like a stop sign right now, getting ignored by the Colonel. Psycho Billy ignored. That's the first time you've chatted. What are you talking about ignored? Boy, somebody's got a complex this morning. There's not one comment from Psycho Billy until he complains about being ignored. James Lynch. I miss Thomas Tierney and James Lynch. They might get extinct, but surely legends. That's true, Quagga. They are legendary. And then Psycho Billy, man, the first time you come, and Lindy Donheiser, I didn't see her. Monray Seabritz. Hey, welcome to you. Boys. Psycho Billy, what's going on, man? Are you off your meds this morning, brother? Take it easy. Kurt Kays. Never heard of him. Sorry. Welcome, Psycho Billy. Have you seen your... no, Jan, I haven't seen that. Okay. Jan, I have not looked at my WhatsApp in about 7 hours. That's like the longest I have not looked at in a long time. Ooh, that's pretty cool, unless that image is, copyrighted. Oh, I like that. Man, oh man, oh man. Wow. Do you guys want to see this? Do you guys want to see this? Now, Jan, you can't be selling the shirt, man. You'll undercut me. You got more than one here. Okay, got it. Dude, you took my ideas. Don't you dare sell these damn things. These are my ideas. Jan, we're going to have a conversation if you sell these t-shirts. Oh, my goodness. There we go. All right, we're going to show you these shirts, man. I'm late to the live stream. Was there ever an increase in your number of views who realized your one video was a parody? No, it didn't. No, I just got a bunch of stupid comments. That's why I made that that follow-on video. Why do you look so down? You normally have more life in your eyes. What down? What are you dude? You're being facetious. Have you been watching the show for the last 20 minutes? Looking down, man. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's look at these images here. Jan did these mock-ups of a couple shirts from my merch shop. Where the hell did they go to? I just saved them. Refresh. Where the hell are the pictures at? Oh, there they are. Okay. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm showing the shirts, guys. The damn freaking the things are saved by dates, and they're not in order. And save the most recent. So let's get a grip. Release your member, okay? Release your member. Okay, I can't just go through them. So let me see. Okay, yeah. Because they're out of order here. Because he made them around the time that I was doing something else. So here you go. You ready for this? Oh, Charles Flynn. Yeah, maybe it would say. All right, so here we go. Here are the shirt ideas from Jan. I don't know, Jack Foucault. Third cup of coffee, Psychobilly. No wonder you feel left out. You're running at a pace faster than anybody else in the chat. All people, AP Gift says, I'm running at more energy and seem to do more things in one day than most people individuals do in a week. How? Please share your secret. We all need your energy and focus. I use the hair clippings of Donald Trump to make my tea. Oh, Becky would be fantastic. Can somebody get me to him? I'd love to interview him. He is a great economist. Yep. Release your member. Oh, gosh. Jacqueline, that's Tabo Becky's brother, the one that's got his head screwed on straight. Well, I was promised by the Amerikaners they had a way of doing it. I haven't heard from them, or if they sent it to me in YouTube, or in WhatsApp, I haven't seen it. This is cool, but I don't know if it's a copyrighted image, Jan. So if it's an image that was made up, then this is awesome. I love this one, man. So check it out. What do you think of that one? Psychobilly, I have no idea what the price of coffee is in America. I don't drink coffee. It's an evil substance. Cool beans, Jan. All right, Jan, do me a favor and send me that image that was used for the screen there, okay? I know you've got to say, that one's bright. You guys like that one, huh? I like that too. I've been trying to come up with some Wyatt Army shirts, and that's the one right there. That's the one right there. Well, Alma, what we'll do is we'll make those available in South Africa. I'll find somebody. Worst case, what I'll do is I'll have them printed and make them available, and you can get them from people in South Africa. Or if I ever come back to South Africa again, don't know if I'm coming back. No, that's pretty cool. Yep. Wyatt Army, lovely. Okay, love the Wyatt Army one. Okay, you guys love them. Yeah. Well, I've been trying to come up with one. That's pretty awesome. See, I have great ideas, but not when it comes to artistic stuff. There's the email address. Roy is here. Welcome. Charles Van Altzen, the voice of reason. Well, we need that. I need to calm down. It's been a little too excited this morning. Psycho Billy thinks I'm falling asleep, but everyone else thinks I'm on crack cocaine or something like that. No, I don't drink coffee. I don't drink coffee. Now, there is caffeine in that coffee drink. It's coffee flavored. It's that little Starbucks thing, but I don't drink coffee. I think coffee is an evil substance invented by Satan to enslave mankind. That's my phrase, by the way. I coined that many, many years ago. Yep. Yeah, I'm high on life. That's right, folks. I've never got the need for people to get crap-faced drunk or do drugs and stuff like that. I mean, I get when people are depressed and, they're looking for relief and maybe they get it from that, temporary by narcotize themselves. But people who drink just for, the sake of drinking, I've never understood it. Oh boy, yes, give me coffee. Coffee is life. That's what people say, Quagga, but I don't drink it, man. I think it's vile. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I did have a coffee today, okay? The last time I had a coffee was in South Africa in June of 2024. I hadn't had a coffee since then. I had a cappuccino today with some visitor from South Africa. You might have noticed the visitor was on live with me earlier today from Baltimore. Black coffee. Oh, God, no. That's the stuff we used to clean our rifles with. Black coffee. Oh, no. We poured that down the barrel of our artillery tubes to clean our... Oh, no. Oh, no. Yes, I was with Ernst earlier today, showed him Baltimore, as we say, those of us from Maryland, Baltimore, and showed him around there. Beautiful day, gorgeous weather, absolutely stunning, and sad to see all the shops that have closed the Inner Harbor, all the businesses, even the Barnes & Noble is gone. It was the best Barnes & Noble in the world, and it's gone. I'm suspecting that it was because of COVID, but I haven't been to Baltimore for a few years. So showed him around Baltimore today, took him up on Federal Hill where the artillery were mounted to protect the harbor, a man-made hill, which is like a tiered cake. One level, then another level, you go up. And check this out, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to love this story. Okay, this is what's really cool. This is what you get from listening to people on live broadcasts, anecdotal stories. So today, went up to the top of the hill with Ernst, showed him around, looked out over the harbor, beautiful view. I got some great video. In fact, I'll show you that video because I've already put it on my phone. And no, I do a rooibos. I do a red cappuccino. I love those, but that's made with rooibos tea, not with coffee. So on the way down, there were these black folks walking up, but they had African accents. And they stopped and they were peeling something off the bar. So I turned around to see what they were peeling off. I stopped and I looked, and it was a sticker that said, "Trump is a traitor." So these black Africans were angry that someone put a sticker on the rail, because there's a metal rail so you can grasp it as you go up the steps. Someone put a sticker that said "Trump is a traitor." It was about this big. It was very small, and it was on the rail. And you look down, it was black and white. And this girl from Burundi, from Bujumbura, she ripped it up. And I said, "Where are you from?" "From Africa." I said, "Yeah, I know you're from Africa. Whereabouts?" "Oh, I'm from Burundi." I said, "Where?" "From Bujumbura." She goes, "How you know Bujumbura?" I said, "Yeah, of course." And then he was from the DRC, from Kinshasa. And these Africans love Donald Trump. And they ripped the sticker off because it pissed them off that some idiot put that thing up there. How cool is that? So all the stereotypes that people think about people, all the things they think they know about other people, it's just all crap. Just totally unsolicited, out of the blue, two black Africans, there was three of them all together, rip a sticker, an anti-Trump sticker off a rail in Baltimore. I loved it. That made my day. I should have got a picture of those guys. Baltimore has been running the grounds, Peter O'Connor, by the Democrats for a century. Baltimore, the only decent time it had any leadership was under William Donald Schaefer. The problem, even under William Donald Schaefer, as the mayor from 1971 to 1987, 16 years, is, and that's when the city was revived, during Schaefer's time. That's why people love him. He became the governor after that from 87 to 95, and then later came back before he passed away as the comptroller for the state of Maryland at a tender age of way up there. But Governor Schaefer, who was mayor then, he had been on the city council since 1955. So he was in government from 55 until 95, 40 years straight he was in government, and then came back later on in a more junior position, but an important one, the comptroller. But Schaefer was there for the rebuilding. But the problem is that the city of Baltimore is controlled by a cabal of black families who hand off their offices to their descendants, and it goes on and on and on and on. And they're crooked and dirty as all get out. We've seen the idiots they put in charge as district attorneys and other officials for Baltimore. And it's literally been run down. In the 1950s, Baltimore had almost 1 million inhabitants. 1 million. Today it has about 560,000. As people fled the city and went out to the counties. They've moved to Anne Arundel County, they've moved to Baltimore County, some to Howard County, a lot have moved out to Frederick now too, and some have gone northeast towards Harford County, but that's kind of out of the way. So yeah, people fled the city and moved out of the city because it's a crap hole. It was wonderful briefly from the early 1980s until 2000. Since 9/11, it's started going downhill. It's really been bad since COVID, so. Many black Africans support whoever's in power at the given time. Big fans, but you say that all people, but that people don't visit a country or immigrate to a country and walk along and see a sticker that's anti the current president and just rip it up. They weren't doing it for the crowd. Those people didn't see me coming down the steps. They stopped and turned, and she stopped. She saw it. She goes, "Look at this. I was about 15 steps up the hill when I saw that." And I walked down. I saw, because when she tried to peel it off, it came off in pieces. And she only ripped a piece off, so I couldn't see it. So, yeah, that was not for show. That's because they genuinely feel that way. And I suspect those people always felt that way about Trump, just based on what they had to say. Oh, the sound is off. Sorry. Yeah, so I made the video. About the spoof, the satire, the parody video. Now, the sound's on. Relax. My goodness. So I made that video, and this is not for you. This is the Afrikaners. The droids are not for you. Look at the FEMA tents. I'll put you in FEMA tents. And the Afrikaners laughed. That's funny. So I made a video and said, hey, instead of giving refugee status to Afrikaners, well, why don't we give it to black South Africans? They've been oppressed by the ANC. Things are going crappy for them. 3 times they live in poverty. So I made a political satire and said, hey, why don't we flip the script and hand it to these folks? Oh my goodness. Oh, those people aren't Nguni speakers. It wasn't a video about linguistics. It wasn't a video. Instead of saying black folks, I said Nguni speakers. Oh my goodness. And I mentioned several ethnic groups in South Africa. Oh my goodness. I got a lesson from half a dozen people. I'll sit here and try to give me lessons. It's so funny. But people just, my goodness. Nee. Anyway. Way masakina. Okay. It's not that people are fickle. It's that people are stupid, Charles. I mean, the video starts out. Let's play the video real quick. Tabojo Moramoholo. Welcome to Tabojo. Welcome to the program. All right, so let me just show you that video. Come on, where's that? What if President offered black South Africans refugee status? What's an idea?
Filing your
taxes. I don't guess it's another advert. Okay, so watch this. Okay, I found a nice spot yesterday to make this video, so here we go. Hey folks, welcome back. This is Chris in Central Pennsylvania, and I have what I think is a great idea. Okay, it's right there. Sarcasm alert, humor, not news. And people took it to be a real video and commented on my lack of knowledge of the linguistics of South Africa and the Nguni language of family of languages. It's just comical. Seriously. Get a grip, man. Let go of your member. Here, Donald Trump has offered a refugee program for Afrikaners suffering from unjust racial discrimination. And I thought about it. What if we flip the script? I've already told people about the FEMA camps and how it's unsafe here for Afrikaners. But America is in crisis. America's black population has dropped to just 11%. A smaller portion of the population as mass immigration has come in and swamped it, made our black population much smaller. So I was thinking we could flip the script, and instead of offering refugee status to Afrikaners, perhaps we could give it to the historically disadvantaged population of South Africa, specifically the Nguni-speaking peoples of South Africa. Think about it. You've had 31 years of ANC governance, and 3 times as many black South Africans live in abject poverty today as they did under the National Party. You have massive numbers of murders, 3 times the rate of the United States. You have gender-based violence. You have failing schools where the standards are 30% in 3 because they didn't watch the video, all people. That's the thing. They read the headline, and that's one reason why I've resorted to allowing AI to pick some of my titles and I adjust them a little bit. But a lot of my titles recently haven't been as on the money the way I would normally have done it. I would have done a little bit different, but I'm allowing to as a test to see how it goes if the artificial intelligence titles they come up with, and I adjust them a little bit if they're working. But because they're not, people aren't going, ooh, coming and attacking me. So, but this one here, I picked that title entirely. What if President Trump offered black South Africans refugee status? And so they saw that. That's what they see. And so the hate wankers don't even watch the video. They don't even watch the video. Ow, ow, ow. And then, but Wikispeeds ones do watch it. You're right. They must be pretty stupid. They're not Nguni speaking. That's what you took from a comical 3-minute, 14-second video, a parody. Oh my goodness. I suppose, if we, all right. So I'm going to do this now. I'll risk a copyright on this one. Okay. All right. So, let me do this. Here you go. This video has 32 million views. Oh, not Moana. I care about Moana. This video has 32 million views, okay?
2014.
Okay, so this is from Bart Baker, and this guy's fantastic. He's still got 10 million viewers. He just disappeared to Hong Kong or somewhere like that. So this is Bart Baker, okay? And Bart Baker made this parody. So, I mean, do people write to Bart Baker and say, "You're not Adam Levine. This video is so terrible. I can't believe you can't sing like Adam Levine. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness." Do people do that? No. No, people just enjoy this video. This is a really cool video.
December 6, 2014. Gonna drive across LA, hit as many weddings as we can, and shoot the most narcissistic, self-loving music video ever made. It's gonna be awesome.
The most narcissistic, self-loving video ever made. It's hilarious, man. Here we go. Yeah, Bart Baker.
I'm Adam Levine. I'm a huge star. These are my bandmates. No one cares who we are. We all got dressed up, put on nice clothes to make the world's most self-loving video. Yeah, my girl needs attention so much, so me and Maroon 5 just show up. Who cares if we're invited to play? Go to sleep. We'll just plug all our instruments in the middle of your reception. Who cares if we ruin your big day? You're so lucky, 'cause you get to see us play for free. Make it stop, your voice is so piercing. I want you turned out of here my daughter's face, you
prick.
That went great.
That went great.
Indeed. Now let's go on to the
next wedding.
all of our songs sound
Exactly the same.
This one is no exception. It's
Stale and lame.
We're only famous cause
Chicks think he's hot.
If you think it's cause our music's good, it's
Not.
But radio plays us constantly, and my face is always on TV, so there's really no way to escape. Do not move. This will be the best day of their lives, not because I become man and wife, but because I see me drop the drape. I'm here, you're blessed. You're waiting in my presence. This song
It's so bad.
that it's
Make
making
it so puke and crap.
Okay, boys, we made the day. It's time to go. Thank you, we're glad you enjoyed the show. Someone help my dad. 911, send an ambulance fast. Here comes some female fans. They wanna take some pics.
Ooh, dude, get off of me! Who the hell are these suited dicks?
Oh, I'm such a sexy man. Women cannot resist.
Tiffany tastes his ass. That's what you get for the duck lips.
Now let's cut the final drape and blow everyone away. The chicks are gonna lose the shit. They won't believe it's really Adam Levine. Yes, that's right, people. It's really me.
No, God, please stop playing.
Everybody's hands are exploding. Boys, we're totally killing. Sadly, you're right. We've killed like everyone here tonight. They all love me. So why isn't anyone clapping?
Anyway, so yeah, so that's a parody. I made a satire parody. People are taking it seriously. That video got 32 million views, folks. 32 million views. Oh. Hey, I saw Maroon 5 at Hershey Park a couple years ago. They rocked, man. It was pretty cool. Yeah, and I wasn't in front of the stage. I was up on the side quite a ways, so it was pretty good. Hey, Garrett, du alte Knabe, du, wie geht's na? Sunrise over the Overberg. Well, I bet that's nice. Okay. Willem Jensen from Redsburg. Yes, he married Beate Prinsloo, who is childhood best friends with my friend Giselle. Both of them from Grootfontein in Namibia. In fact, Giselle wrote a song about her friend. Yep, from her childhood. Trump should open it up to all Safas. People of all races will go. Yeah, the country will empty out in a heartbeat. And Levine is not a cool human, so we love this. Jacqueline Engelbrecht, welcome to you. Okay, have you seen the video by Traveling with Tabojo on the current state of inner city in Joburg? I have not. Would that be the Tabojo just joined the channel? Let me see if I can find that. Traveling. Oh, I need to go to YouTube, not Google. Sorry. YouTube. Traveling with Tabojo. Oh, I like Tabojo. It's a cool name. Travel with Tabojo. Okay. Okay, I'll have to check it out. Became a YouTuber at 25. Inside the inner city of Joburg, South Africa, 13 days ago. Too many Americans leaving South Africa. What? Oh, he's got a lot of stuff on Joburg. Have you guys been to the train station in Joburg? Oh, dear God. It's a scary place. I tell you, man, there was a time I used YouTube only entirely just to watch parodies. Parodies of Katy Perry. I love the parody they do of Iggy Azalea. It's so funny. George Herbert Walker Bush. Holden, how you doing there? All right. Citizen Concern gets a lot of backlash for her content, but she's good. Well, she isn't the only one. I've been threatening Quids. Okay. Servus Obest. Nick's sunrise over Heidelberg finally got some rain. Okay, cool. No one cares. The noise is too loud. You ever watch Citizen Concern? Martin Williams. Yes, I know Citizen Concern. She's not giving interviews right now. People keep asking me to do an interview. I asked her if she wanted to do one. She said she will, but not yet. Not right now. I know she's getting a lot of concern, a lot of kickback. You think I'm not getting kickback? People make a lot of assumptions. Yes, Quids, this Coke has caffeine, but how often do you see me drink these? Maybe once every 4 nights. By the way, first off, the caffeine, I'm inured to caffeine, okay? Let me put, so people drink their caffeine, they can't go to sleep. I can drink this and lay down and be asleep in 5 minutes. It's, caffeine, it may help me, get excited, I suppose, but it doesn't keep me from falling asleep, which it does a lot of people. It doesn't keep me up at night. I could sit here and drink this and eat chocolate, which has caffeine in it, and go right to bed. What does Martin say? Yeah, that Bart Baker's fantastic, man. He's got some great. I love the ones he also does. Just now, what's the little oh gosh, here's a little clown from Canada. Trying to tip my tongue. I can't think of it right now. Oh gosh, the parodies of his songs are just hilarious. Oh, Bart Baker does. Let's just go to Bart Baker and look at his channel. I'll find what I'm looking for because he does a lot of them. The Key of Awesome, they used to do them too. They do some good ones too. That was a whole team. I don't want the Key of Awesome. I want Bart Baker. Bart Baker and the Key of Awesome just quit making these videos, and it just sucks, man. We lost a lot because these are really, really good. There's Bart Baker. Taylor Swift, he does Lady Gaga. Okay, let me see.
Honestly, no one wants to.
No, I don't want that. Oh, the Bart Baker I'm the One parody is fantastic. I love that one. That was one. The Justin Bieber. That's something of the Bieber. Yeah, he does some great Bieber ones. He's got Katy Perry here. Anaconda from Nicki Minaj. Call Me Maybe. That one's really good too. What else? Wrecking Ball with that fifth. Oh, this is the Key of Awesome Fifth Harmony. The Key of Awesome Fifth Harmony parody is the best ever, man. Or is it Bart Baker? Maybe it's Bart Baker. Let me see. Oh, Bart Baker's got the best one. Yeah, this one is awesome. Fifth Harmony. This is so awesome because you got dudes dressed up as women mixed in with women. It's so funny. So funny. Okay. 3D Vision. Millions of people love the most mediocre stuff. The love of money is the root of all evil. We're capitals. No, stop. Root of love of money. What love of money, man? Caffeine shortens your REM sleep period so you can come up at midnight and singing, dancing. No, it doesn't. Justin Bieber, that's who I was thinking of. Are you streaming later on again? What do you mean later on? Like my normal news program on Sunday? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so this one from Bart Baker is just, this one's great. I have to put it off there because otherwise they're going to think it's the actual song. I'll get in trouble. So here's the parody. There's Bart. This one, this is bad. This is bad. This thing is really, really bad.
Very distracting. Ow!
I bet that hurts. Trying to get our men all worked up so that they will come home and bone.
God.
Babe, stop grinding on the equipment. You're gonna get me in trouble. Oh!
Our wishes are the work as we want constant sex.
But if we don't go to work, we won't get our pay.
Okay, I'm going to deal with something here very quickly. I've covered this before, okay? So I don't know what you're up to there, New, but we're going to talk about this. We'll stop it right there. So we got people here whining about capitalism. I don't know what that's about. And then New just put something up there. Where's it at? Did you delete it already? It got deleted very quickly. Where'd it go? New Nick says 888 try live without the $sign. All right, so I did that, New. I did that. And you don't understand how YouTube works, do you? So, okay, have I got any OGs here? Dylan's here. Arctic is here. What did I refuse to do? I think Ronell was here earlier. What did I refuse to do when I started my channel initially back in 2020? I mean, I had the channel since 2006. What did I refuse to do? I refused to monetize my channel for some time after I met the standards. People are like, monetize it, monetize it. I'm like, why? I mean, I didn't do this to make money. I'm just trying to have an open discussion, get people interested in Africa, and, I'm using it to promote I refused to monetize it. I refused to monetize it. Why did I refuse to monetize it? Because it wasn't about making money. But what happened? When I got shadow banned, YouTube are the ones who got greedy. So here's what happened. Last year, when I was in PE, and I was meeting with I was in South. I was meeting with Byron Shepherd, and Byron and I talked. And Byron says, well, one of the problems with your channel, Chris, is that you don't monetize your videos. I had a very clear rule. My rule is any video under 5 minutes, I don't monetize it. I thought it was unfair to ask you to watch an advert when you're just watching a video that's 5 minutes or less. Because I would watch a video of somebody's channel, it was like 1 minute 30 seconds, and I have to sit through 5 minutes of commercials. I felt that was rude. So I didn't do it. Now, just be quiet, New Nick, or you're going to get time out here, okay? I already saw your comment. Stop looking for attention, okay? All right, so I wasn't monetizing any video under 5 minutes. I did monetize any video that did anything that, it's tragic stuff, someone got hurt or something like that. Wouldn't do that, okay? So Byron was correct. He said, listen, dude, you've got to monetize your videos. If you don't monetize your videos, YouTube won't promote them because they're not making money on them. Why would YouTube promote your video to grow your channel if you don't let the ads play on it so they get 45% of the revenue? He had a good point. So I tried it. I started monetizing some of the videos less than 5 minutes, and my views grew. They grew. In January of 2024, YouTube sent out a message to content creators. Even if your channel is not monetized, they would begin in 2024 putting adverts on your videos, whether you liked it or not. In conjunction with that, YouTube also decided that if you don't put an ad on your video, then YouTube can put an ad on there at their own discretion. And guess who gets 100% of the money? YouTube gets 100% of the adverts. So if I don't put ads on my video, you'll still get them. And I get nothing. YouTube gets it all. Now, one might say that's fair. YouTube provides a platform for free. And you have a fair argument there. But the flip side is that people tell me don't monetize your videos as if I'm monetizing my videos to become richy rich. No, I'm monetizing my videos so YouTube will promote them so that I get a chance to grow the audience. Exactly, Amanda Brown. The ads suck, but if you don't like it, pay for premium. It's cheaper. And you don't have any ads. Or get an ad blocker. Wow, talk about misunderstanding. What am I misunderstanding? You told me go live without advertising. What am I misunderstanding, Nick? Nick, what am I misunderstanding? You said try the live without monetizing. I was out. None of my lives were monetized. I didn't do any ads. And in fact, until recently, there were no ads appearing on any of my lives until after it was over because you have an option when you set a video up. You can insert the ads yourself manually. And I've been doing that. But for the past 2 months, YouTube has been needling me when I set my videos up. Hey. Because what they're going to do is they're going to put them in anyway. So my lives until just the past week didn't have ads in them. I know they're in there now because if I don't do it, YouTube's going to do it. And again, they'll take 100% of the ad revenue and you'll be pissed off at me anyway. So if you're mad at me, I might as well get a couple pennies, All right. So I don't understand, Nick, what you talking about. Please, Nick, explain to me. No, New Nick is not trolling. Okay. New Nick's trying to make a point. The problem is that people don't understand YouTube. I'm still explaining to people how to get my email address on YouTube. That shocks me. People don't know how to use YouTube. They don't know that you go to the About tab, you click on it. I mean, we've shown people this a million times, and people just don't know. I mean, they're like, oh, how do I find your videos? Go to the channel. It's not hard to find. There's the channel right there. You go to the About tab. Then they've changed. It used to be easier to find. It used to be down here in About tab on this home video shorts live podcast. It used to be one here. Now there is. You got to go to up here description, and there you go. Now on a mobile, I noticed that this didn't show up. This view email address. See this down here? It's a little hard to see on a phone right now, but I click on that. There's email address. Now if you've never done it before, it'll make you click a box to prove you're not a robot. So on mobiles, that doesn't show up for some reason. So what I did recently, because people asked me to, is I inserted the email address right there and my Twitter account right there. But you only get so many characters for this. I have to limit what I can put in here. Anyway, but people don't know that. And they're like, where do we find your stuff? Well, go to videos, and every video will show up in the order that they've been published. There you go. Every single video. Or you can do it by the most popular videos. And there's my most viewed videos. You can do it by the oldest videos. So, breaking news. Table Mountain fire rages out of control in Cape Town 3 years ago on this channel. Look at that. Look at that. Hello, folks. Welcome back to Chris Wyatt Africa for this breaking news report out of the Mother City. Breaking news out of Cape Town, where apparently a large fire has broken out, destroyed one restaurant, and has had quite an impact already. Dramatic footage coming in from across Cape Town, photographs, video footage, people sharing on Twitter, and also news channels are also sharing this footage. At this time, the South African National Park Service has ordered all people to be. That was a prepared video, and I did that's from 3 years ago. So you can sort your videos by oldest. So that's one way to do it. Okay. Hang on, let me turn that off. That video had 204 views from 3 years ago. Now it was on the original channel, and it had more views before it was censored. That was one of the last things I did on the original channel. And that weekend, when that fire took place in Cape Town, the Mother City. Paulie was down in Cape Town that weekend. He used to live in Joburg then, but he used to fly down to Cape Town on weekends. And he was there when the fire, and then he flew back to Joburg. And as a firefighter, we had him on talking to it. I talked to a member of the Cape Town Council for the Democratic Alliance who was in the ward where the fire was approaching. And then we also covered UCT, how it burned the library and all that. Yeah, so that was all live. And the media in South Africa didn't cover that. That wasn't particularly that's prepared video, but my live streams on the other channel were pretty cool. But I mean, look at that. 87 views, 119 views, 87 views, 198 views. And none of those videos were monetized. Here we go. There's Marley's from 3 years ago. Anyway, so yeah, here I did my news 3 years ago. Let's take a look at this. 87 views 3 years ago. Gonna jump ahead here. They're putting adverts on my video. See this. Okay, here's a perfect example right here. This video has no adverts on it. No adverts. I didn't advertise. I didn't put. This video is set up with no adverts. So this ad right here that's running right now, the YouTube gets all the money from this ad. I didn't advertise this one. This is my news from 3 years ago when I didn't do any adverts, and they put an ad in here. I have no control over this. So they get all the money.
Turn your ideas into video with...
They get all the money from this advert, and I have no control over that. Okay, they get all the money from that advert right there. Whatever, it's probably a thousandth of a cent, but you get 100,000 people watch it, then they're going to make money. So they advertise this video, not me. So I can skip it there.
Day, something that has alarmed the Democrats, the activist class, and even the Vatican.
Wait a second, that's not even the video. That's something else. What the hell? So they just zip past my video. The hell's that? Okay, here we go. So yeah, they put adverts up there, and I get nothing from that. So here's my news from 3 years ago. No money on it. Partially in worthless Zimbabwean dollars, $60 of every. Look at how bad that rosacea was on my face, on my forehead. There it was really looking bad there a couple years ago. 100 in U.S. and 40 in worthless Zim currency. Malawi has abolished the death penalty, and Uganda, after something like 15 years, is finally ready to launch its oil project tenders. The projections are Uganda could produce as much as 230,000 barrels per day, which, interestingly enough, is the same projection that I made a decade ago. So they apparently have the same expectations that we were looking at a decade ago. Meanwhile, Kampala is likely to act. So there you go. And all of 87 views 3 years ago. Yep. that was when I was preparing the news in segments instead of doing a live stream. And no, I put no advertisements on that. So there you go. Anyway, yeah, so back to the channel because people don't understand how the channel works. So you go to videos, then you go to shorts. I don't like the shorts. I make them occasionally just to make them, but they don't get much in the way of views. My last one got 7,600, but anyway, so then the lives are here. Every live stream is there. You just click on the live. Look at that, every live stream, every one of them. Look at that, in order. So there's so since I interviewed Ziane, that was 9 days ago, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 16, 24 live streams since I interviewed her just a week ago. Gadget says the shorter beard looks better. Yeah, well, I look like I was homeless. Don't need to explain. Let's get back to the news. No, I don't think people care how much working, but I mean, Nick was just trying to make a point. I guess he didn't like the ads, but anyway. And again, Nick, you don't have to apologize. You asked a question, and so I answered it. So people don't need to beat up on Nick unless you were trolling. Then they can beat up on you. But I don't think you were trolling. I'll take it on face value that you were probably frustrated by the adverts. But YouTube keeps changing the way it does the business model. So what I've seen this before. They suggest. They said if you ignore them, eventually they just do it without your permission. Okay. So Tudis Pretorius, welcome to you. Your beard in the fire video makes you look Amish. Yeah. I don't wear makeup. What are you talking about? Carrot went to makeup in the streams. Buck and Thierry, welcome to you. Yeah, all people. YouTube is infested with ads, but you can get around that, folks. Yeah, Gideon Grizzly, I had to put up an ad and get something for it because they're going to put up anyway. No, so I got away with for the past 3 years doing my live streams and blocking it by not because if I said no ads, then YouTube would have put ads in anyway. So I said put the ads in, but you can let the computer do it or you can manually insert them. So I said manually insert, and then I never put an ad in. Some of you know here just 3 or 4 months ago, I said, hey, let me try and see how many of you get the ads. So I put an ad in, and people be gone for 30 seconds to a minute, and they come back, I got the ad. And like 15 or 20% of people get the ad. So we were just testing a few months ago. But now they're moving to a model where they're going to put the ads in whether you like it or not. So anyway, the thing that's bad about YouTube's model is that they got to get better. If you're listening to a song, you shouldn't be interrupted by a comedy routine interrupted by an advert. But they'll figure that out. Again, Nick, you don't have to apologize for anything. Maybe I misunderstood you. Anyway, we got off track on that one. Good morning, Claudine von Staden. Charmaine, what's up? Refugee status excludes Steve and Kurt. Really? Yes, Yolanda, but when you watch my videos, I still get money. Yep. I get a little bit of money from your payment that goes to YouTube. Not from you, but from YouTube. So the money all goes into a pot for premium, and then I get a piece of that. So let me just take a look and see, for instance. I want to see how much I've made off of YouTube Premium. Oh, that's not there. It's got to be. Let me look here real quick. This past month. Come on. YouTube Premium. Did it stop showing me that? It used to show me. It used to tell me how they stopped showing it. Oh, there you go. Wow, actually, I made some money off YouTube Premium. So if you go adless, I still make money. Not nearly as much. Wow. Usually make $4 or $5 a month off of that, but I made a little bit more than that this month. Wow, that's interesting. Pretty cool, folks. Pretty cool. Anyway, this is crass to talk about the money stuff. It's not why we're here. Anyway, it's just we all know that it's a platform. YouTube's got to make money, and they do make a lot of it. Arctic says YouTube super chats and premium are still cheaper than strip clubs and Benoni. Really? I did not see your question about Trudeau. All people gifts. Let me go back there. See if I can't find it. Charles Boyson, what's up, brother? Watch an interesting interview with Melissa and Becky. Yeah, people are asking me to get him on. I have no way to contact him. I would love to interview him. Well, all people, you said I look like Amish. I didn't see a question. Antoinette. Did anyone see the video TikTok posted on Facebook yesterday announcement President Trump placing travel ban freeze and assets? No. Well, guys, okay, let me help you out here. If you see something like that, there's one way to find out. You ready? We're going to go to the White House. We'll go to the White House, okay? If President Trump did it, it would have been huge news, first off. That's the first thing. Second thing is that if he did it, it'll be on their website. America's back, baby. We're back. Executive actions. Let's see. Courts, security clearances, remedial action, eliminate fraud, waste, and abuse, workforce, debt, mineral production, education. No, there's no such thing. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. Yep. It's fake. Let's talk news. Let's talk news. Okay, let's talk news. Well, this isn't the news program. This is the Prat and Bicky, that stuff. All right, but let's talk about news. I got news here for you. You want news? I got news. You can't handle the news. I got news. Are you ready? Bach and Terry, give me another message. Tell me you're ready for the news. Stop the crying emoji. Tell me you're ready for the news. If you're ready for the news, I'll give you news. But you can't handle the news. Watch everybody go run into the corners now that I start with the news. Come on, Bach and Terry, tell me you're ready for the news, and I'll do the news. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. I won't do it. Oh, you're ready? Okay, all right. Here we go. Let's get ready to rumble, folks. Should we play? No, we're not going to play that. All right, let's go. Let's go. Here we go. We got some news for you guys. Got some news. Boom! Oh, like Thor's hammer. Mabalula attacks the neo-colonial imperialist Trump administration. What? As the government tries to mend a relationship with the U.S., the ANC has continued at full steam to antagonize the country's second largest trading partner. Fikile Mabalula, Secretary General of the ANC, is the latest addition to the ANC Mampara. ANC today accused President Donald Trump and his government of hypocrisy, neocolonialism, imperialism. In his opinion piece, he also published on Daily Maverick's website, Mabalula writes, the land issue is being used to bully the ANC so the party will abandon the fight against the historical injustice of land dispossession. Spoken like a true cater, like a true commie. Bully South Africa. Once again, who's doing the bullying here? I mean, you can't bully the United States, but who's trying to do the bullying? It's not the United States. It's the ANC. Where are the utterances coming from Donald Trump? From Marco Rubio. So if Elon Musk says something, who cares? Elon Musk is not in the government. He's not on a salary. He's not being paid by the government. He's just there as an advisor on reducing the size of government expense. So what he says about anything on Twitter doesn't matter. What Joe Pollock says doesn't matter. Joe Pollock is not a member of the government. What I say doesn't matter. I'm not a member of the U.S. government. Do we influence the government? Who knows? But we do know the following. The only people who speak for the government at the moment would be the President of the United States, or the Secretary of State, or the Secretary of Treasury if he imposed sanctions. So that's it. That's it. What has Trump said? Has Trump threatened or bullied South Africa? Show me the digits. Show me the receipts. He hasn't. This is a fantasy in Fikile Mabalula's warped mind. Woo, Fikile, man. You need to get some better muti. You need to work on your situation. I would advise Fikile Mabalula to visit the Sangoma. Go to the Sangoma. Go to the village, my brother. Go to the village. Speak to the Sangoma. The Sangoma will tell you what's really going on. There is nothing to see here, my brother Fikile. Nothing to see. Donald Trump has said nothing about the ANC. Donald Trump has said nothing about South Africa. You're very confused, my brother. Very, very confused. We go now live to the village to speak to the Sangoma. And the Sangoma will set you straight. And the truth shall set you free, Fikile. I'm not missing the point, Arctic. I know why he's saying it. I know why he's saying it. Tell us, oh wise pilot. Do you have a Jack Daniels in your hand while you're behind the stick there? Just checking. Tell us why he's saying it. Trump, what's that? It's a land issue. Mabalula writes, this is the real reason why the USA is imposing these horrendous measures in South Africa, a sovereign state, because an African country dared to drag apartheid state of Israel in national court. What horrendous measures? What measures did the U.S. do? This is nonsense. You know what? I have to get up in the morning and write an article for the Daily Friend because I've had enough of this nonsense. What has the U.S. done to South Africa? Nothing. Nothing. Have we sent our Navy to blockade your ports? No. Have we imposed tariffs on? We imposed tariffs on our closest friend next door, Canada. Oh, the poor Canadians, man. All they have was maple leaves and Pakistani immigrants. And what are they supposed to do? America's put 25% tariffs on them. Oh. We haven't done any tariffs on. In fact, not only have we not put tariffs on South Africa, you get duty-free access to our market. And you're crying? Oh, the measures are so mean. Oh, the Americans are so mean to us. Oh, my gosh. Oh, they've done fuck all to us. But we're going to cry and claim that they did something to us. Oh, they've impinged on our rights. They're so impressive. I can't breathe. Oh. Drama queens. Drama queens. Kevin, upset? Dude, okay, Kevin. Probably about 116/58 right now. Upset? Not upset. We're just having a little fun at their expense. Not bothering me, Kevin. Not bothering me. It's just silly. What? Talk about racist. White male billionaires with roots in apartheid South Africa. Wow. Wow. Arctic, we've already said that. It's all about blaming Trump. That's what they want. That's why Trump has been restrained. Quite frankly, South Africa deserves to be punished. I'm not saying they should be punished, but I mean, any other country would have spanked them already for this nonsense. You can't assault a country like this over and over again. But it's intentional. We know that. We know that. Trump knows that. So all the people accuse Trump of being rash, making crazy decisions, just jumping to the gun. Oh, I mean, look at this in South Africa. Every day, more insults. Every day, more abuse heaped on by this insignificant political party in a tiny country in Southern Africa that matters not to the United States in a geopolitical standpoint whatsoever. Joel Pollak's theory about Simonstown notwithstanding. And what happens? Nothing. No sanctions, no gray listing, nothing. They want it. And who told you that 5 weeks ago? Who told you that 5 weeks? I'm going to toot my own horn. Get the Vuvuzela out now. It's here somewhere. I think I put it in the basement because I didn't like it up here. Yeah, I'm going to toot my own Vuvuzela right now. Who told you that? Now it's going on 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago I said, this doesn't make any sense. Unless they want to be sanctioned. Unless they want to be punished. Unless they want the United States to take action against them. Well, that seems abundantly clear, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Exactly why I'm concerned. It seems ANC is just using us to flame race hatred. Well, that too. I obviously missed quite a bit while I was away from my PC. Tracy Bold, what did you miss? Oh, Sonia Brain gave a super chat. Thank you for that, Sonia. 35 ran a super sticker. Thank you for that. ANC love talking about themselves. Yeah, they do. They do. Donald Trump. But all they're doing is talking about the ANC. Me. So, what's in that Coke? Caffeine, sugar, high fructose corn syrup. Ugh, nasty stuff. Trump's holding back till we leave, and then he's going to go bitch slap South Africa's psycho Billy. Is Candace Owens coming to South Africa? No. What does she know about South Africa? I don't follow Candace Owens. I lost interest in Candace Owens a long time ago. Lost interest in many of the... I don't even watch Ben Shapiro anymore. I mean, I still think he's a brilliant guy, but I mean, everything is just Israel. Everything is just framed through the lens of Israel for him, and it becomes too much. They think alienating the white supremacists will give them ammo to drive their agenda without a watchdog they did the last 30 years. Yeah, Trump, if he wanted to act, he could. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ants wants a Vuvuzela. If I get the Vuvuzela out now after midnight, my neighbors will come knocking on my door because you'll hear that outside. It's a lively Sunday morning, says Vanna. That's the idea, man. We're trying to wake people up. No Vuvuzela. Nope, no clip drifting, Grease. Man, I love Donald Trump, says, okay. Jason Barter, sounds like my landlady. She loves the sound of her own voice. Fikele Babalula definitely loves the sound of his own voice. Colonel Chris from Ambassador. Well, thank you, Donnie Funderberg, but they're not going to make me ambassador. It ain't going to happen. There's Donald McNichol. 70 Rand Super Chat. Thank you, Donald. Appreciate that. By the way, new Nick, don't disappear, man. I said you made a point. I thought your question was fair, and I told people to stop beating you up. Don't disappear, new Nick. You're loved on this channel, man. Don't go anywhere. What's this? Sorry, what's this? Ask earlier, but my notifications don't work every time. I don't want to miss Neil Diamond today. Well, I don't know. Neil Diamond, I haven't heard from. I sent an email earlier this evening when I came back from my trip. Let me see if he's responded. Doesn't look like he has. Oh, I'm sorry. My mail's way behind here. Hang on a second. Okay. The new way that my mail provider does this is very irritating. No. Doesn't look like he's responded. Let me search for it. Okay, there it is. Just make sure I didn't miss it. No. Nothing here. I wrote to him at 6 this evening, so that was 7 hours ago, and I haven't heard from him. He wasn't in the States until yesterday, I think, so or till today, I think. So maybe he hasn't done it. So I'm hoping that he responds, but right now it's not set up. My plan, hopefully, folks, about Neil Diamond is 9 p.m. South Africa time. I've asked if he's available 9 p.m. Sorry for the late hour, but I have an event I have to go to for the veterans tomorrow. They're having a purse bingo in which they have they play bingo. You know, B26, I-19, bingo. You know, they're playing bingo tomorrow at the veterans organization. It'll be a full house, 160 people filling up the ballroom, and they play bingo. Have someone call out, you know, and then if you win purses, purse bingo. So Coach, Michael Kors, those handbags. So yeah, so that's the prizes, and then we sell small games of chance, gambling, and you know, all kinds of stuff, and we sell food and such. So that's tomorrow, and I got to go help volunteer for that. So I asked Neil Diamond if he'd be available at 3 p.m. So if that's what you're waiting for, hopefully I'll get the answer on that. Okay, sorry about that. Mandy Bersher said, was awesome seeing with Aaron yesterday. Well, yeah, thank you for that, Mandy. I'm glad you caught it. That was unannounced, and I want to thank everybody for doing it. We have 543 or 65, something like that, show up during the live stream. Unannounced. That was pretty cool. Thank you all. I mean, somebody's getting the announcements, YouTube, because I'm monetizing my channel. That I did monetize. I'm surprised how many people showed up. So yeah, Lindy, don't sweat it. You didn't get a notification because it hasn't been set up yet. I can't set the video unless I know when he's going to come. So hopefully I'll hear back from him and we'll get him on here. I think he wants to do a live. I was talking about doing an off-air interview, but I think he wants to do a live. And I'm fine doing live, but I need my moderators to show up and people to start just rubbishing Neil because there's no need for that. Just listen to what the guy's got to say and we'll go from there. Lindy, no need to apologize. You can ask all you want. Anybody can ask any reasonable question. I'm happy to, a Savage Daughter, I'm happy to answer as best I can. Mandy, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed seeing us there. Yeah, so in that conversation, I think I put Aaron off a little bit because I said, you know, it's our first time we had a chance to talk in the States because he was here last year, actually did, when I took him and Aaron's fun sail out and we had steamed crabs and we traveled around. I took him to the Naval Academy. I actually interviewed him at the Naval Academy. I forgot about that. So, right. So it was the second time I've interviewed him in the States. My bad. All right. So how the hell do you even see what's on the books on the shelf? I can barely see the books. People zoom in probably. Or they have a big screen TV. Yeah, I think Vivek Ramaswamy will become the governor of Pennsylvania because Trump will campaign for him. Yep. Why can't you trust him, all people? Why? I mean, I'm asking. You say you can't trust him. Why? Well, Psycho Billy, I know you're joking, but he has already been on my program. I was the first to interview him, to my knowledge. He was interviewing the press, but not on camera until I interviewed him. Then they all tried to jump on. Kevin Benner said, good morning to you. It's called Dringo. When he last got a good, okay. I watched that video. It was interesting. Okay. Elephants that ate too many marula. Timothy Kupertis, welcome to you. Well, there's no notification, Julie. It's not set up, guys. You didn't get a notification because it's not set up. I'm not going to set up the video when I don't even know what time we're supposed to do it, if it's even going to happen. So, yeah. Also this week, I'm working on a few more. Jeremy Nell, if things go well beyond the program, but he's hard to nail down. And then Ike Kumalo and I are trying to make something happen. So, but Ike and I keep missing each other, so I don't know what to say about that one. He's not blowing me off, and I'm not blowing him off, but he's a busy guy just like me. He's got court dates and everything. So trying to get Ike Kumalo on. Well, if sanctions are imposed in South Africa, Graham, American companies might have no choice but to pull out. Yeah, if we put a trade embargo on South Africa, yeah, they would not be able to do it. YouTube loves spanking Jerem. Yep, well, that's why you got to be careful with him. Allison, welcome to. Oh, that's an interesting spelling of Allison. Okay, good morning to you, Mandy Bersher. Ike would be an awesome. Yeah, no, I think it would be great. Yep. Yeah, Raina Fletch says, my first Neil Diamond interview was interesting. Learned a lot about what we actually export. Yeah, no, I thought it was interesting too. But people want to come in and rubbish him. Oh, he's an ANC. He was an ANC counselor. Yeah, and doesn't mean there's nothing useful to learn there. I mean, I got the scoop. I found out that they were asked not to share how many people had contacted them. Nobody knew that. I didn't know that till that interview. I was trying to find out why. I asked the question, why is the press no longer reporting the number of people that have expressed interest in this to the South African Chamber of Commerce USA? Well, we were asked not to share that data anymore. Well, the data when they were turned off was 17,000. The first day, 5,000. Second day was 10,000. Third day was 17,000. Then they went silent. And I interviewed them like 2 days after that. Why are you not reporting anymore? We were asked not to share it. Then they turned in 67,000 names. Oh, yep. Chris Valentine, hello to you. Willem Janssen van Rensburg, love Germ. He was one of the first to be banned on YouTube during the. Yep, I remember. Vivek is an arrogant, elitist know-it-all who plagiarized Obama's crappy speech and who swindled his own investors. Okay. All right. Now I know where you're coming from. That's why I was asking. Thank you. Imagine if KFC McDonald's leaves, then we'll get the masses upset. Went silent like VOA. Who went silent, Holden? I agree, Arctic. I don't think the USA needs to do anything except let the ANC keep insulting them. I mean, I think that's actually the end game here. I think that's the end game. Honestly. I think Trump, every time people like Fikile Mabulula and Paul Mashatile and the ANC City Council in Joburg open their mouths and put their big feet in their mouths, they just look dumber and dumber. They do. They look stupid. And Trump takes no action. I mean, reasonable people go, wait a second. Hey, Mijin 4x4 Africa, thank you for your subscription. Reasonable people are like, wait a second. They're saying Trump did this and Trump is this and Trump is that. But I don't see Trump doing anything. And besides, look, Fikile Mabulula has free speech as long as he doesn't use the K word. You can't say that word, especially if you're insufficiently pigmented, if you've been cheated, if you were denied by nature sufficient melanin to protect you from the harmful rays of the sun, which is really unfair. If you've been denied sufficient skin pigmentation, you can't use the K word. In fact, the guy who steals my content used the K word. He used the K word. I said K word, and he said it on his video. But he's sufficiently pigmented, so now he pronounced it in a different fashion so he can cover his ass, but he used the K word in South Africa on a video. That's a violation of law, is it not? Isn't that why Ronaldo is going for the Equality Court? Why is the South African Captured Human Rights Council? Shouldn't they be going after that guy? Well, I don't know. Anyway, but so he's welcome to say what he wants. Paul Mashatile is welcome to say what he wants. They can all say it. In fact, I should make a video after saying, say what you want. What does it matter? What does it matter? What does it matter? Yeah, KFC. That's it, Michael. KFC. Allison, I had to send you that video. I'm not sure, Allison. I mean, I get lots of videos and I don't recognize your username until just now. Hey, Jeremy's in from Indonesia. How's it going, Indonesia, man? The world's largest Muslim country. Okay. Medical condition occurred in flight for who? Chicken licking. Yeah, ugh, that's terrible. There's no use to support Trump. He cares. What's this? Oh, we have a troll. Kadime Labodi. Welcome, Kadime Labodi. So you've made a statement. Please explain to me how Africa is ready to stand on its own. South Africa. How can South Africa stand on its own? Please. It's a bankrupt country, gray listed for allowing terrorist and money laundering actions to take place, a military that can't defend itself, the fire discipline of basically the rebels in Liberia back in the 1990s. How exactly can it defend itself? So please tell me. I'm curious. I love the trolls who make bold statements. Thank you for the super chat there, PH70 Rand. I love the bold statements of trolls who have nothing to back it up. Please tell us more. Inquiring minds want to know. Did somebody just delete that? Oh, he's here. Yeah, so it's Kadime Labodi. Please tell us how South Africa is ready to stand on its own. And he didn't finish it because he ran out of text. Let me see if he finishes later on. Hey, Sandil Maharaj, welcome back. Yeah, okay, guys, thank you for sharing that, but I've been saying that forever. Okay. Oh, maybe Allison sent me the video about Becky. Maybe that's what she's talking about. No, the owner of the aircraft, he actually taught me the line, my trigger if it gets itchy. Taught you, okay. Huh. Are you talking about the pilot with the Impala that crashed today at the air show? That was horrible. It's horrible. Lindy Danhausen, at this point, yes, somebody in the White House team is paying attention to what's being said. Yes. PH says, I think they must make Cape Town their own president, and then all the Afrikaans can move to Cape Town. It's not going to work like that, PH. Not going to work like that. Specific lemon from Thailand we use is my wife is Thai, starts with the K word. They were forced to change the name to dried lemon leaf because it sounded similar. Yeah, how stupid is that? So you're forced to change your culture because that's crazy. No sanctions needed. I agree. The country is too far down the tubes. There's simply too many young people directionless. Yep. South Africa can barely sit on its own. Yep. The M word should be banned. Well, Mlungu, yeah, that's a racial insult. Mzungu. It comes from Mzungu. Yeah, no, it's a racial insult. It's not, the word itself is an insult, but it's applied in a racial insult fashion. Oh, yes, Allison, I know about that video. Thank you. I don't know if you're the one who sent it to me. Maybe it is. If you did, thank you. Yeah, I went and commented on it. The guy tried to act as he was balanced on the video by, playing more of what I said. But, dude, I mean, get a life. Analyze something on your own. Don't just analyze my comments. I'm not that important. You need to analyze my comments for views. Actually talk about things, so do it. I think rather than steal my content and analyze what I'm saying, especially out of context and distorting things. I mean, as I said when I responded to that video, I said, well, I mean, I don't see you talking about when I was in Kailicha. I don't see you talking about when I did this, when I did that, when I did this, when I did that. It's people pick what they want, choose what they want, and then they try to portray people they want. If you do that, you don't know me or you're dishonest. Spell checks. What's going on with spell checks? Yeah, Trump's team's watching already, right? Right. Free speech should be free speech. I mean, frankly, if you use the N-word, people just don't associate with you. You don't need to criminalize speech. Only a fragile, weak, illegitimate state criminalizes speech. The German government, in my view, was always illegitimate because they banned Mein Kampf. Oh, interesting side note. I had a copy of Mein Kampf in Germany. As a historian, I needed to read it to understand what's going on. So I had that book. But you weren't allowed to have it in Germany. But I was in the military, so that didn't apply. Yes, it means non-believers. I know what the word means, Pierre. Anyway, so neither here nor there. All people gifts. Nobody has any evidence that Iran is, that I'm aware of, at least unclassified, that Iran has been paying the ANC's bills. But they magically came up with the 102 million rand that they owed to a party planner that was almost 5 years overdue. The sheriff went. You actually have sheriffs in South Africa. The sheriff went to Latuli House to inventory all the goods: the fax machines, the desks, the tables, the chairs, the microwave ovens, everything and they were going to confiscate it all to pay off the debt. And then magically, Naledi Pandor, was it Naledi Pandor? I think went to Iran, or somebody went to Iran. They came back, and boom, shakalaka, they had the 102 million rand they paid off, and I guess the interest was forgiven because it was another 40 some million. It was 152 million total was the bill, and they paid off the 102 million. That's all the press ever shared. And then they had another 20 million to sponsor the 112th birthday celebration in Mbombela Stadium in Nelspruit. So I mean, that's 122 million rand they didn't have. Then they ran a campaign for the election. And where'd that money come from? If you look at the donations that they're given from these institutions in South Africa, it wasn't enough to pay for their campaign. So there ought to be an investigation of campaign financing fraud for the ANC. Also for the EFF, which reports no donations. No one gave them a donation over 1,000 rand or something like that, they claim. That's total manure, horse manure. Danny Fundenberg is off the church. Have a good day. Holden Caulfield is, see, now you're just making assumptions. What do you mean by endorsing absolute speech? I endorse free speech, but there's no such thing as absolute speech. You can't shout fire in a crowded theater. What are you trying to pin me in here, Holden? What are you getting at? I love when people make assumptions and they make it as a question. I never said that. You said that. Got a glass of wine, sat in my comfy chair, tuned in Chris o'clock last night. Crickets, and then I remembered you're out and about. Oh, Lindy, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Last night, which was 12 hours ago for me, it was daytime. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. No, well, and I also didn't do the rugby. I don't even know. So I got to go take a look right now. And don't you anybody say this. Now I'm gonna go check right now because I haven't even had time. I haven't even time to check. This is so important to me, and I've been so busy. And let's go to the match center and let's see what the results are. Fingers crossed. Glasgow beat Munster. The Lions lost 2017. Damn it. The Sharks beat Zebra Parma barely at home. That should have been much different. Benetton beat Edinburgh. I did predict that. Okay. The Bulls won. The Bulls won. And the Stormers won. Yebo. Oh, 21-20. I'm going to have to watch that game before I go to bed. Oh, man, I love it. Leinster finally lost. Oh, man, and the Bulls beat them. That Bulls are in great shape now. Not a bonus point win, but wow. And the Stormers won on the road. Now it's the Scarlets, you know. Is Flesh in here? Where's Flesh been at lately? I haven't seen him lately. Ulster beat the Dragons. Okay. And Osprey beat Connacht. I think I picked Osprey to beat Connacht. Let me go to my Super Brew and see how I did. Wow, I got to go back and check the standings now after that. That's going to be great stuff here. So, Super Brew. Okay. See, I missed. What a great day. I would have covered the Bulls game, and I would have had the Stormers on and checked in on it. But, wow, what a great deal. Okay. So, I had a good day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 picks correct and 4 incorrect picks. 4 incorrect. I got 12 out of 16 picks. Wow. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bonus points. Wow. 7 times I called. I'm not making this up, guys. I'll show you on the screen. Here's my Super Brew for the weekend. Look at that. Look at those 2 greens. 2 greens. Now, that the Bulls, I picked Leinster to win the game, even though I wanted the Bulls to win it. And so that's the one I got wrong. I should have picked the Bulls, and I wanted to, but I didn't do it. Look at that. I had the Stormers by 7. I had Benetton by 5. I had Ulster by 7. I had the Osprey by 6. I had Bristol by 10, and they won by, look at that. Man, what a great weekend in Super Brew. That is sweet. Sweet. Ended up watching Footsport. Okay. Sasha Feinberg Umgumzul was back, and he had a good game for the Stormers. Good to know. Yes, Bridget, we know it's an Arabic word. On Friday, a 7-year-old boy was attacked by a crocodile in, Oh, that's horrible, man. All the Bull fans were in total shock that they won. Have you heard the ANC is bringing back the death penalty? Make you wear a Blue Bull jersey and shame you to death. Spoken like a Stormers fan there, man. Lion was robbed at the end of the match from win. Stormers played awesome. Bulls nail-biting last second. Good games. All right. Watch your grandson's rugby this weekend. Lots of teams. One totally black team. Guess what? Private school, one of the most expensive in the country. Of course, probably all caters. Okay, so the Bulls, despite the win, do not move up because Glasgow also won. So they're 4 points behind Glasgow still. Sharks, they move up. The 9-4. So number 1 is Leinster, 12-1. Then comes Glasgow, the Bulls, and the Sharks at 9-4. Wow. Sharks have really come up from where they were. The Stormers in playoff position. 6 wins, 7 losses. They're in playoff position, 33 points. Most of their games from here on out are at home. So the Stormers have a real chance to stay in this and move up the table. The Osprey are tied with them at 33 points, but they have a better record. Munster's 34 points. Cardiff is 35. So the Stormers could conceivably pass 5, 6, and 7 and move up 5th place. Catching the Sharks is going to be difficult. So there's 5 games left. And is it 5 or 3? Is it 18 games they play? I can't remember. I think it's 5 games left. So if there's 5 games left, they could get conceivably 4 times 5, 20 more points to make them 53. It's going to be hard to catch the Sharks unless the Sharks fall apart. But they can pass the others, which means they're going to be on the road. But if they get into 5th place and the Sharks finish 4th, that would mean the game would be in Durban and they can win that game and then move on to the semifinals. The Bulls are sitting pretty. They're going to host a game unless they stumble. Right now, the Sharks and Bulls will host home playoff games. Wow. So Ulster, Benetton got knocked down. Yep. Edinburgh, Connacht. The Dragons are in bottom. Zebra. Yep. Wow. Well, Zebra Parma's had 5 wins this year. Pretty good season for them. All right, what's happening over here now? Footballers are sissies. They wear armor. Yeah. Not really, Madeline. Have you ever played football? I played football without the armor. It's a brutal game. If you can't yell fire in a theater, then the media cartel shouldn't have stated American citizens committed treason January 6th. Well, that's different. That's a lie. You can be held in a court law liable for slander and for libel. Sorry, I'm trying to sneeze it. I can't quite get it out. Falcon says, go Stormers. Support 2 rugby teams, the Stormers and whoever's playing against the Bulls. Yaku. I love it. I love it. Good morning to you and a good morning to everyone here, says Heinrich. Have a fantastic day. I had to scroll YouTube and watch other stuff on Netflix. Okay. Charles Boyson says, I want all peace-loving Southerners to watch the interview with Bilecki. Yeah, okay. Is SMWX, is that in Pofu Walsh? Let me just look for that. Is that in Pofu Walsh's channel? MWX.
Well, it was...
That is in Pofu Walsh. Yeah, that guy. Ugh. That guy. Wow, Pofu Walsh, I mean, this guy is not very bright, and he's a propagandist, and he got 500,000 views on the Rob Herstoff video he did. Wow. Was it an interview? The Pofu Walsh has got 146,000 from 20. Wow, I envy that. Pofu Walsh is really getting a lot of views, man. Really getting a lot of views. His interview skills are, whatever. I'm not going to get in an arguing contest with him. I actually been engaged with him on Twitter once or twice, and it was civil, and I'll leave it at that, so I'm not going to attack him, Pofu Walsh, but... yeah, so, wow. Look at that. Guy's making coin. Is anybody telling Pofu Walsh that he should stop putting ads on his videos? Chris, any advice from you, military background? I want to learn to shoot long rifles. What do you recommend? Jeremy, not really my place to recommend anything for firearms. I mean, it depends. You're in Indonesia. I don't know what you're allowed to own in Indonesia, so, you know. Was an avid fan of rugby and cricket, played for over 20 years, not supports the team anymore since they took a knee for George. When did the Springboks take a knee for George Floyd? I'm not familiar with that. The cricket guys took a knee, but that was not rugby. Good evening, Odin's Viking. How are you? Softball's fun to play. Hey, Doherty, what's going on? Right. Tommy Robinson is in prison on solitary confinement for a civil offense. And it's not even a real offense. He was given an illegitimate order banning his free speech for playing a video that caused no harm and didn't incite any violence, and they put him in jail for that. Yeah. No, the United Kingdom is a fascist totalitarian state, and they don't believe in civil rights unless you're a foreign national, and they protect you. They allow Muslims to... prey on Church of England grounds and disrupting church services. They allow Muslims to block streets. That's unacceptable. If Christians did that, they'd be put in jail. The UK is gone. So is Ireland. They're gone. Germany is nearly gone. France is gone. These are countries that have allowed themselves to be overrun by other people who demand that their culture is more important than the indigenous culture. We always hear about indigenous in Africa, but no one ever says indigenous when it comes to Baden-Württemberg, or when it comes to Bayern München, or when it comes to Bielefeld in Rheinland-Pfalz, or Flensburg, or any of these places, Thüringen. No one talks about indigenous rights there. No one talks about the indigenous rights of the Sorbians in the eastern part of Germany, which is Mitteldeutschland, actually. No one talks about indigenous rights of the Welsh or the Manx or the English or the Scots or, the Irish. No, indigenous rights don't apply then. They only apply to other people. Just a bunch of hypocrites and racists. They all need to be exposed for what they are. Yeah, what's the deal? Why do people keep saying how short Ernst looks? I'm just tall, guys. Come on. Just because other people aren't as tall as me doesn't mean they're short. Well, yeah, so Mbeki will go on there, but I have no contact with him. If somebody can get Mbeki for me, I'd love to interview him. Yeah, so anyway. I've always wanted to interview that guy. Smart guy. I also would like to get, anyway, it's not important right now. Yeah, the Sharks started the season shaky, but they got their act together. Jacqueline Engelbrecht's the only family who doesn't watch rugby. No, you're not alone. A lot of people don't like rugby in South Africa. All right, so we talk about Fikile Mabalula, and I have to make a video on that. I'll probably wait till morning and not make one tonight, because it's just, problem with waiting until morning is then it's already late tomorrow, but by the time people get on and watch it, I lose a whole day of viewing. Israel strikes Lebanon after the first rocket attack since the ceasefire there. Yep, so Israel hit Lebanon today. Or yesterday. Israel carried out multiple airstrikes in Lebanon after several rockets were fired from Lebanon and Israel, and the worst violence since the ceasefire came into effect in November. Israeli military said it hit dozens of rocket launchers in a command center belonging to Hezbollah. So, hours after the first set of strikes, the second wave of attacks were carried out at night on targets included what the Israeli military described as command centers, infrastructure sites, and weapons storage facilities in Lebanon. Why don't they just special forces in there and just, blow the stuff up from the inside? Columbia University has kowtowed to the Trump administration's demands to follow the law and protect Jews on campus. But it's just window dressing. They're not really doing it. So I don't think they're going to get the money back yet. Look, a CNN story that only took 2 authors to draft. Columbia University has announced a series of new policies, including restrictions on demonstrations, new disciplinary procedures, and immediately reviewing its Middle East curriculum, making apparent concessions following President Trump's revocation of $400 million in federal funding. They demanded several changes, including the university enforces disciplinary policies that they fail to enforce, implement rules for protest, ban masks, announce a plan to hold student groups accountable, and empower law enforcement. There you go. Plus, review its Middle Eastern Studies programs. They should. The Middle Eastern Studies is just a terrorism grooming operation at Columbia. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Colleen, how's it going there? Bill Ding said, well, okay, Bill, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. In feet, I'm only 6'2", but in meters, I'm 194. 194 centimeters. That sounds a lot more impressive than 6 feet. 194 centimeters. 6 feet. Darty says, miss me. Oh, miss you too. Good to see you back there, Darty. Okay. South America never took the knee. Cricket did, and well, look at how things run. Yeah. Well, yeah, rugby never took the knee. Luca Rout says, good morning. Just joined. Have you seen Elon Musk's post about Human Rights Day? Is that the one we were talking about earlier in which he promoted the Boers thing? Yeah, 8,000 comments. I didn't see the comments. Let's see what the comments are. Ian Miles Chung jumped in here. A lot of Americans. So Ronaldo's channel is probably going to soar if people click on that link. Because Boer posted Ronaldo's video, but not my video. Damn it! Bastardi! Anyway, yeah, so, yeah, I won't get any. So that's good for Ronaldo. You think I'm short? Pfft. Jason Bernard, I am of Dutch descent. I'm of Dutch. I'm of Frisian, of Danish, of Norwegian, of Scots, of Celtic, English, Norman. Yeah, and German. That's my descent. Yeah, I definitely have. My ancestors founded New Amsterdam. And, yeah, so absolutely of Dutch descent. Good for Ronaldo. He needed a hug from Elon. Well, I need a hug too, man. I need a hug, man. That's what I need, that break. That could have been a big break for me. Could have been a big break for me. But I didn't get it. Yeah, no, Charles, I got you. It's fine. Maybe I can get a Becky. Bournemouth landed to hug me. Well, that makes it all better. Not a happy camper. Good morning to you as well. Fellow Scott, my maiden name is McCulloch. Okay. Good morning to you, Madeline Russ. Anyway, yeah, so that post by Elon Musk now has 10 million views, and it's linked to Ronaldo's video. You know what? I'm gonna post my own thing here and see if I can't get some traction from it. Let me go here real quick. You guys are here. You'll be here, and if it works, it won't work. But if it works, then you'll be here when it worked. Okay. So let me do this. Okay. Yeah. Fair. There he goes. View. I only have 58,000 views on it. Let me go ahead and do this. Okay. All right. Let me go over to my X account. I'm gonna reply to that. Well, not exactly. Not exactly news. Just another day of the EFF white South Africans. And on Human Rights Day of all days. All right. So not exactly news, just another day of the EFF threatening white South Africans with murder. And on Human Rights Day, naturally. All right, let me post that to Elon Musk. And I'll put, let's see if it's at Joel Pollack. Okay, at Sex State Marco Rubio. Okay, there we go. All right. Let me try at Donald Trump. At Donald Trump Jr. Okay, all right, so I'll stick him in there too. All right, there you go, folks. Okay, so there's my response. And if you all want to drive this, if you go over to Twitter right now, this might drive it. That would be really cool. So if you all want to do that, let me do this for you. You can go over there right now. Pop on to X. Oh, that's not what I want. Pop on X, and you can help out the channel immensely if you do this. So here we go. Oh, where are we at? There's the live stream. Okay, here we go. There you go. So if you go over there, and I just posted that, and just go comment on it, and it'll get it should probably get some traction, and then maybe Elon Musk will notice it. Well, Jan van Vollenhoven, you can go to mine, and then you scroll up. So you see mine, comment on it, or like it, or retweet it. And please go retweet it and like it. Then scroll up to the top there, and you'll see the original Elon Musk one. Okay? All right? Cool. Can we bring you something from South Africa when we move? I'll send you. There's a scoop in there for you. Okay, Corey. Is it the same one where they sang? Because I haven't had time to watch all that. Ronaldo wasn't added in, Falcon. The Boer account in South Africa retweeted Ronaldo's video, but not mine. And that has 10 million views because he retweeted, and then Elon Musk found the Boer's video. I guess he's searching for stuff that's out there, but not my stuff. And then he retweeted the video that has a link to Ronaldo's video. So Ronaldo's probably going to get a lot of subscribers, I would imagine, from this, and even probably some U.S. audience. And good news for Ronaldo. That's great. Yeah, so I guess I know which Klingons aren't to be dragged over here now. That would be easy to maintain. I have no interest in crossing any streams. What? Jack Star, what are you drinking, man? Arno, welcome to you. Yeah, so if you guys go over there, and let me look and see if anybody's even addressed it now. Let me go back to that tweet and see if anybody's even said anything. Okay, 6 people commented, 22 likes, 7 retweets. Retweet. Okay. Yes, but the full, I have the full live version. I've got it here. I downloaded it, I think. Let me just double check. Where's it at? Okay. Yeah, I have. Hang on. No, that's the 1 minute one. Yeah, that's the 1 minute. I thought I had the full version. Corey, I have to look and see where you sent it. So I thought I had the whole version here. Maybe I didn't download it. Let me see. No, apparently I don't. Okay, I got so much crap here. So many downloaded files. Yes. All right, Corey, I have to find the full one. Yeah, I know. A couple people said there's something in there for me to do a story on. It's too early on a Sunday for EF. It is, Arctic. It is. It is too early. Thank you very much for the Musk link. Well, you can repay me by going and retweeting what I just tweeted so it gets attention. It gets up to the top of the stream. And then people come watch my video and drive it. And you can put a comment in there and go, hey, this oak knows what he's talking about. Or say, I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but just go and give it interaction. And now 10 people have now commented on it. So that's good. Okay, 10 of you have done it. Cool. Yep. Yep. So yeah, please keep putting it up there, folks. That's 10, 17 retweets, 40 likes, And one person bookmarked it. That's cool. Secret Society, skirmishes of fascinating stuff. Of course, Jack Star. What are you on, man? What is he on? Garrett, well, it depends. I took the long way this morning because I didn't go to Baltimore. I went to the Baltimore-Washington International Airport because that's where the train station is, and we had a little bit of a kerfluffle mix-up here. Of course, I know the area, and Aaron's doesn't know it as well. And so I went to BWI, so I drove south towards Frederick, which is longer. It adds about 60 kilometers to the trip, but the traffic is lighter, and you can go 70 miles an hour because the speed limit is higher when you cross from Frederick towards Baltimore, and it takes me down to the airport with avoiding the traffic around Baltimore. However, he actually went to Penn Station in Baltimore. Had I realized that, I could have gone across and then down 83, the interstate, which goes right down, turns on the Jones Falls Expressway and takes you right down. I could turn off and get right to the train station. That's about 60 kilometers shorter, and I could have done that in an hour and 30 minutes, vice an hour and 45 minutes, which is what it took me. Hour and 50 minutes to get there. Anyway, so instead of meeting at 10 o'clock, I actually linked up with him about 10:40. And then I couldn't get in the train station because people were blocking the road. Typical stuff. Instead of, getting out of the way, they pull their car in halfway and then they block the road so nobody can get past them. There's nowhere to get around. So I had to spend about 10 minutes and we finally got there and got loaded up and then took off. And so, yeah. Okay. Yeah, human rights celebrated by calling for farm murders. Yeah, it's just, anyway. UK is longer, Ireland, more immigrants than natives, France. No, that's not true, Amanda. There are 25% of Ireland or 24% is foreign-born, foreign nationals. So it's not more, but it's huge. IFP Sports overturns the lakeside outside Friday. Sadly, there's decent, good respect with Zulu people not like. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. A busload. Pennsylvania has the cracked Liberty Bell. If I well, the Liberty Bell, yes, is in Philadelphia. It was cracked because it was not cast properly. Having a bride today to celebrate Marco Rubio's decision. I'm on Earth. Yikes. Oh, my goodness. All right. So, Jack Star, I don't know what you're drinking there, but you decide you want to pollute the stream. So you're going to get a little time to think about it. So I'll just make it easy. We'll give you 10 minutes. Okay. Nothing big. So take a deep breath there. Hey, Kevin Nicklin, what's going on, man? How are the parents? Okay. Peter Wick, good morning to you. Be sure to hit the like button, folks. Not a lot of people tuning in today. Do appreciate those who are here. 394 likes is all we've gotten. Wow. That's very disappointing. Very disappointing. Come on, guys. Hit the like button. There's 380 people here.
That was easy.
Charisse is a South African in New Zealand. Whereabouts in New Zealand there, Charisse? I've been to Auckland. I've been to Taranaki, to Wellington, to Nelson, but that was all for the World Cup in 2011. The only time I've been to New Zealand. Had a wonderful time. Wonderful time. Once I got through the agricultural inspectors at the airport, it was wonderful. Yep, celebrating another bloody day at work today, says Psycho Billy. Okay, Auckland. Oh, okay, Auckland's nice. There's a bunch of white Afrikaners in Auckland and a bunch of colored Afrikaans speakers down in Wellington. Comment on the post. Well, thank you for that. Ernst Cuthbert. Yeah, thank you, folks. Please do that on the Twitter thing. That's great. Maybe that'll get some traction. Drive my audience over. Help me out there. Yeah, I got 22 comments, 30 retweets, and 61 likes. How do we get 61 likes and only 30 retweets? Retweet the darn thing, folks. The interaction, it's not that hard. It doesn't cost you any money. Retweet it so it gets out there. Petro Talliard, unless you don't want it to show up on your feed, I get that. 10 minutes ain't going to do it. That trip is going to last 3 hours, and the come down is going to be like falling us. What are you talking about, Arctic? What are you talking about? You're taking your wife to work, says Arno. Lynette DeVette is another super chat. Thank you, Lynette. You've been very kind. 140 rand. Thank you for that. Do you think the administration will find a way to circumvent the liberal judges who want to? Yeah, I think they will. They're on a strong basis legally, although it's very unsightly to see this, but it is. I think they're on a strong basis. Negative comments in refugee video for blacks were done by who, Chris? By white and black South Africans. White and black South Africans, yep. And so I told people, you're going to get PK'd, you're going to get moored if you misbehave, and I'll remove your comments. But it's a full-time job. John Spence, 50 rand, Noot for Noot. Thanks for your content. Okay, Noot for Noot. Shall we play Noot for Noot? We did that a few years ago, and I got 63 copyright claims. Who was here? Some of you were here when I did that. Remember we did the name that tune, And we played these songs, and somebody was really good. I think they're using AI to figure out what the songs were. And I play a couple notes, and I got 63 copyright claims from music. It was unbelievable. I had to just make the video private because, I mean, I couldn't take 63 out. It just eviscerated the whole video. That was a fun night, but and then we actually got cut off. I played one that was protected, and boom. Remember that, Dylan? I played one of the songs that was protected, and the video just went offline. I had to start a new stream. Liani, welcome to you. Hoping for work in electric collaboration. I know electric collaboration. Calibration. Calibration. I thought this was collaboration. Okay. Stay safe. We're all praying for you. We all want, okay, America. All right. Today I found out that Steers only sells fried chicken in the Germiston CBD. Okay. It was very sad to hear. Oh, no, Odin's Viking, it is sad to hear. But, I mean, that's just, it's par for the course. I mean, just like people who steal content and lie about, you know, they don't talk about how I promote everybody and how I treat everybody the same and fairly. So, read the words that are coming out of my keyboard. Hoping for work. Okay, 63 strikes. Well, they weren't strikes. They were claims. If it was 63 strikes, my channel would have been gone. No, 63 copyright claims. We played note for note. That was a fun night. Dylan was there. There's probably a couple of you who were here that night. We had so much fun that night. Flourishing Blanket, 99 rand. Mention it when the stream started, but Ziani has a new... Yes, I saw it. She has a new bribe rookie. She has a new bribe rookie? She has a new song coming out. I saw that. I don't know about a bribe rookie, but she has a new song coming out. Yeah, it mentioned the 18th of April, I think it says the song is coming out. Oh, yeah, I remember we used to do the Podbean call-ins. That was kind of fun, too. I still pay for Podbean, and occasionally I load up some of the video or the audio interviews, which I'm a little bit behind on. One-man operation takes a lot of work here, folks. But watch this space. Some developments coming down the pike very soon. Exciting developments with my content, so I can't really say much more than that right now. A couple different lines tossed into the Atlantic here, and so we're just, testing the waters, got some chum out there, and so we'll see. So exciting stuff potentially happening very, very soon. So we shall see. All right. Went to Johann concert with my mom. She gave answers, and I put up my hand. Got a note for note on stage and felt like an ass because I didn't know the song. Yeah, that's how it happens, man. They get you with the one. Yeah, they get you with the one you don't know. Aaron's coming to work for me? No. Aaron's is not coming to work for me. That's not what it's about. No, the old one, but a short standing in for the farm pond. What's this? Cooking with a Colonel. Be back. Need to take wife to work. We'll join when I'm back. Well, if we're still going, Arno, but thanks for being here. And thank you, Flourishing Blanket, for the 99 100 rand super chat. That's very kind of you. So, alrighty. Where are we at now? 392 people here. We haven't quite hit 3,000 subscribers. We are up to 441 likes, though. It's a nice improvement of where we were when I asked for the likes a little while ago. Never went to any concerts with my mom after that. I can see why.
That was easy.
And I'm at Bulk from Blair as our struggle song. Delarey. But you didn't spell that right. Delarey. Saya comme des bois. Yeah, so, Delarey, General. You mean general? General. I think he meant general. Did he say general? What the hell is a general? I think he meant general. Did he call me a pussy communist? He said posse comitatus. Pussy communist. Posse comitatus. Can you make a cooking live stream? We have to know your energy secret. You don't want to know my secret. And it's not bribe rookies. It's not bribe rookies. No, I saw that she's got a new short. Let me go to her channel and see what you're talking about there. First off, let me get rid of some of these things here. I don't need that there anymore. The Bart Baker stuff. That travel thing. There's a Maroon 5. There's my video from earlier. Boy, got a lot of crap up here. Okay, there we go. That's where I'm at. And get rid of, okay, I've cut about 8 windows out here. So we're going to go to Ziane's channel, okay, and see what she's got going on there. So Ziane Simon, okay. Pisang Dog, what? That must be one she just did. Let me go to her channel and see if this is new. Okay. It doesn't tell you when the shorts came up. Oh, she says her new song comes out on the 18th of April. Okay. I guess this is the one, yeah. I hate the shorts because they start playing automatically and you got to freeze them. So this is what she's got going on. Is this what you're talking about? That's not it. Here we go. Is this the one? That's not Brybrook, but yeah, so that's up. Probably get a copyright claim on that one too. Die Brybrook Reel. That's old. That's a month ago. Culinary Pirates, you already played Brybrook. I already had it on the program. What are you talking about, man? E. coli. Spiders in Iowa. I have no idea what the heck that is. I watch you from St. Bart's, Caribbean. I see we are on the same time zone. Thanks for keeping people informed. Well, thank you, Ron Meinkies, and thank you watching from, wow, in the Caribbean, man. Wow. I used to have a viewer. He was in one of my groups. He just left my group. He was there forever. I don't know why he left. He didn't like the content or whatever. That's a shame. Harriet, okay, you're going to get a timeout for that, buddy. That's inappropriate. Inappropriate. I've removed your comment. You get 5 minutes sleep time next time. Oh, the West Coast Air Show. Yeah, that was pretty sad. Pretty sad. Good morning from Fishhook. Raining a bit. 18th April is Easter weekend. Pickled fish. Oh gosh. No, thank you. I'll pass. Sandil Maharaj said something about E. coli. You'll get it. We Americans have prayed for your people for decades. Okay, says all people. They buggered up one of the most beautiful areas of our country. Oh, yeah, well, I was on the beach in Durban, folks. Been on the beach in Durban there. That's okay, Garrett. That's okay. Just come on, man. That's you can. The boys having a beer around a bra can have a conversation like that, but let's not put that in the chat, okay? Quids wants me to put him in 10-minute timeout. That was a wild hog problem. Not really a problem here. It's a real problem in Arizona and other places. Javelinas are, man, all over in Arizona. And it's a big problem in Germany, too, in the forest there. But wild pigs aren't a problem here. We have a bigger problem here with other creatures. As a farm owner, I have firsthand experience of the judicial incompetence, corruption. The whole system is geared to draining your financial resources, no effective results. I don't disagree, MJ. Delicious. There may be delicatessen for you, man. I am not going to give them a try, Kevin. Anything pickled is not on my mind. Charisse wants to know my interest in South Africa. Oh, my goodness. Missed it? Well, I've only told it 1,000 times, Charisse, but, I mean, there's a lot of new people here. I get that. So let me talk about it, okay? Let's do that. Okay, so here's now my OGs, the original gangsters, been watching this channel forever. By the way, you guys don't even know what this hoodie is, do you? This is a Hofbräu House hoodie. That's when it was founded. Now that is an OG. The Hofbräu House in Munich. This is the only size I had. It was like 3 sizes too big. And it fits me now because I got a little bit chubby. But it's still too big on me. But it's very nice to relax in and comfort. But this is a beautiful hoodie. And so here's the Bavarian colors there. Although it's gray. Usually it's blue. But anyway, so yeah. To answer your question specifically, Charisse. So, OGs, don't go to sleep. Hang in there. Just stick around while I tell the story. So, as a kid, I didn't have much in the way of money. Had moved all over. Was in school. Would go to the library during study halls. And would look at atlases and gazetteers. And I'd read about countries. And I'm like, I want to go there. I want to go there. I want to travel. I want to see the world. I had no money. And I saw a place like San Marino and Luxembourg and Liechtenstein and Andorra. I'm like, I want to go to these places. Really, really cool. Yeah, you guys can talk about girls. Okay, so you can talk about Burmese. So do that. Yeah, so I was reading all the magazines. Back then it was Time, Newsweek, U.S. News and World Report. And they were objective. They weren't propaganda rags for the most part. At least I wasn't smart enough to realize that they were propaganda rags in my youth. And I read these stories, and then I read this book, which I bought a copy recently, written by a former CIA agent who was involved in Angola, John Stockwell. He'd been in Vietnam, then he worked for the CIA, and he was a true believer in the CIA until this episode. And it showed how stupid we were backing Holden Roberto and the FNLA. So, In Search of Enemies. So I read this book, and that fascinated me more about Southern Africa. And then I read a book by James Michener called The Covenant, which is in my basement somewhere. I've got a paperback copy. It's historical fiction. And Michener became my favorite author because there was a television miniseries called Centennial. And it was about colonizing and the pioneers who went westward on wagon trains to settle the West. Into Nebraska and Colorado specifically. So Centennial was a miniseries. It was, for me, I was glued to the television watching this as a kid. It was fascinating. So Michener wrote the book. So I'm like, oh, James Michener. So I started reading his books, and I read The Covenant, which was about South Africa. It must have been 1979, 1980, sometime around then. And I became fascinated with South Africa. So when I went to university in 1982 as a freshman at the age of 17, on a Friday, one of the upperclassmen said, hey, you coming to the game tonight? And I said, football's tomorrow on Saturday. He said, no, not football, rugby. I'm like, man, we just got electricity and paved roads where I live, We don't have rugby. I know what it is, but I've never seen it. He said, come on, it's fine. You'll have a good time. So I showed up down there, and it was fantastic. I had a great time, enjoyed it, and I fell in love with the game of rugby. So there was no national team for the U.S. until 1984, so we didn't have a national side. When we went to the Olympics in 20 and 24 and won the gold medal both times, by the way, we put together a team of college students, mostly from University of California, Berkeley, the Golden Bears, and they went to France and won the won the Olympic medal gold twice in rugby. We were the defending Rugby World Cup rugby champions until Rio in 2016, and then someone else won. I think it was Fiji. So, but it's sevens, not 15. So we're the defending Olympic 15 champions because it is in the Olympics now. Anyway, two-time gold medalist, USA. So there's no USA team, so who am I going to back? France? No. England? Nah. Scotland, Ireland? Maybe. Australia? No. New Zealand? No. So South Africa, since I was interested in Southern Africa, I said, okay, I looked at them. Springboks have a long history. Became interested in Springboks. And then I went into the Army because I didn't have any more money for school. And I left after a year and went into the Army to get money for school and to save some money and to see the world. And I went to Germany. I learned German very quickly, mostly by going to clubs 6 nights a week when I wasn't on exercises and maneuvers. And then while I was there, I was in the education center one day, signing up for college classes at night and on weekends. And they had a pamphlet sitting on the, this isn't it, this is a map. And I picked up this pamphlet and said the Army Foreign Area Officer Program. So if you join the Army Foreign Area Officer Program as an officer, I was a private at the time, you will be sent to graduate school and the Army pays for it. Oh, that sounds pretty good. You will go to language school and the Army pays for that. Well, that sounds really good. And then you basically do what's called in-country training. It's like an internship for a year where you work in an embassy for an attaché or security assistance office overseas and you get a budget to travel. I'm like, well, that sounds even better. So I decided in 1984, when I was a private first class, before I made specialist, that I wanted to go back to college, finish my undergraduate studies, become a military intelligence officer, regular Army, which is different than reservists on active duty. There are very few regular Army officers. The Army has a limited number of slots. Most of the officers on active duty are reserve officers on active duty. So I want to be regular Army, military intelligence, become a foreign area officer for sub-Saharan Africa, make full colonel, and be the defense attaché in South Africa. That was my ambition for goal for career. I'd make full colonel. Did I say that? Anyway, so not easy. I took a very difficult path, an unusual path that almost no one takes and is almost as guaranteed to be failure. It wasn't my intent, just the way that my career unfolded, but my performance was sufficient that carried the day, and I got promoted and I made rank and I got the tough jobs, and as a consequence, I did everything except the attaché in South Africa. So when I went back to university in 87, I was a history student, a history German major, double major in history and German. So I went back there and I focused my history courses on Africa and Southern Africa in particular. So I came back in the Army in 89 and went from there. And I focused and paid attention to everything in Africa. I self-taught myself to understand and read Afrikaans. I studied Swahili, was fluent in Swahili as an undergraduate, not anymore. Not even close, but it's an easy language. It comes back. And then, I went from there. So I wound up serving in Africa in Tunisia, where I'm a graduate of l'École d'État-Major, the staff college. So I'm a graduate of that school, and I served in Tunisia, Liberia, where I rebuilt the armed forces of Liberia. Tunisia, Liberia, Botswana, where I designed the intelligence infrastructure for the Botswana Defense Force in conjunction with the Africa Command, and helped them build an intelligence enterprise focused on military intelligence instead of spying on Zimbabweans and citizens. Focus on military intelligence. So Tunisia, Liberia, Botswana, Malawi, Niger, Mauritania, Uganda, and Ethiopia. Worked all over the continent. I'm a published author by Stellenbosch University, by the Army War College. I'm a journalist. I've been published in multiple magazines and newspapers. Currently, I'm a contributor to the Daily Friend in South Africa. And I have my own radio show out of Nashua, New Hampshire every Wednesday night called The Common Sense Conservatives. Yeah, and so my interest in Africa grew from there, in South Africa in particular. When I started doing this on YouTube in 2020, shortly after I retired from active duty after 36 and a half years in the Army, 34 in active duty, I retired in October 2019, not because I wanted to, but because the clock ran out. I can only stay 30 years as a colonel, and there were no general positions in my career field, so I couldn't get promoted. So that was as high as I could go, which is quite high, by the way. In the Army, of 72,000 commissioned officers in the U.S. Army, only 18 held the rank of colonel for Africa, and I was one of those 18, which is actually a bump. It used to be just 12. So yeah, it's a pretty select field, hard to get into and hard to succeed in. Anyway, so I retired and I started consultancy to get U.S. businesses to invest in Africa, because Africa is where the next big thing is at. To me, Africa will be the place with the next growth. Asia, we've seen the growth. We've seen it in Europe a long time ago after the Second World War, when the continent came back. That's where the economic growth, the Wirtschaftswunder in Germany and so on. But that's all stagnated now. And America will continue to grow, but not at the rate that Africa will. So if you want exponential growth and you want to make money, deliver goods and services to Africans, because there are 1.4 billion Africans now. When I started talking about this, there were 1.3 billion Africans a few years ago. Back around 2017, I started talking about this, about 1.2, 1.3. Now it's 1.4, working towards 1.5 billion. By the year 2050, there will be 2.4 billion Africans. Even though people are leaving the continent, there'll still be that many, based on demographics and fertility rates. So by that time, my own estimate is that there'll be 900 million people in the consumer class. People, once they pay all their expenses, have money to spend on iPhones and computers and hair weaves and cars. And the people who are smart will see that growth and try to get into those marketplaces. But you don't see Verizon, you don't see Best Buy, you don't see Amazon in most of Africa. You do see Caterpillar, Toyota, Boeing, Microsoft, Google, these companies. But you don't see you don't see Whirlpool. You see Chinese brands, Hisense. You don't see Whirlpool. Whirlpool should be in Africa. It's not. Maytag should be there. They're not. The American companies are missing the boat. You don't see Stanley Tools in Africa. This is stupid. You need to get involved there. But American companies don't see Africa as anything other than a risk. And I coined this phrase C cubed. C cubed. Coups, chaos, coup d'etat, chaos, and corruption. Those are the 3 C's that people see from America in business, and they don't want to get involved in Africa. So I started this, started consultancy, but I had booked a few trips to Africa, and then COVID canceled everything. As soon as I started, because people saw what I was about, and they're like, "Ooh, we want to talk to this guy. We want to go to Africa," and it just stopped. So I still do consulting, but I started making videos on YouTube to show what I knew about the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, what I knew about SADC, the Southern African Customs Union, counterterrorism in Africa, imports, the Africa Growth and Opportunity Act, all these other things, commodities. I talked about all these things, farming, China in Africa, everything, Turkey in Africa. And I started covering all this stuff, and my channel took off. I went from 2 subscribers in February of 2020, after having a channel since 2006, to 23,000 subscribers by December, or November actually. And then YouTube came after me. I got false attacks, and my channel was taken down. Eventually they restored it, but the damage was done. And then I started this channel the same week that my original channel was taken down. By the way, Anne-Marie Nell is the person who told me my channel disappeared. I got a message from her on WhatsApp. "Chris, your channel's gone. What happened?" And it was just gone. I had not violated any community standards, and they took my channel down. Anyway, so that's where my interest in South Africa comes from. It's a little more intense than that, but I've been to South Africa hundreds of times. I've typically come to South Africa every 6 months since the COVID restrictions have been lifted. I travel around. I do meet and greets with viewers. We meet in a restaurant typically, or someplace. We gather and have a Leka conversation. You talk to me, I talk to you. We get to know each other, answer questions, take a group photo, have a good time, raise a little bit of money for the local restaurant or business where we're at. The biggest one has been 60 people in Pretoria, and the smallest one has been me by myself because nobody showed up. One of the coolest ones ever was in Hermanus. We had a beautiful one on a rainy night in Hermanus, and a 90-year-old mom showed up for that. It was fantastic. I was so humbled, and someone bought the pizza. It was amazing. That was one of the best meet and greets ever in Hermanus. By the way, if I do get back to South Africa, I'll definitely do another meet and greet in Hermanus. I went to Hermanus my last trip, but that was to meet with Neil De Beer and a couple other people, and it wasn't a meet and greet as such. So does that answer your question, for Charisse? Are you still there, Charisse? I just gave you a very long answer. I hope that answers the question. Some people look like they've left because they're bored with my story. So let me get back. Whoops. Let me get back here and see what's going on. Do we still have the live going? Because my tab crashed again. Boy, YouTube, you're really killing these tabs, man. So how are we doing here? We are up to, a few people are still here, 389. And come on, what's going on here? We've had 3,000 plus show up. So let me get back to the live chat. Okay. And Fred left. He's bored. Business interviewed Andy Wood from Super Brew. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Is he the guy behind Super Brew? Cool. I'd love to interview him. Chris EU is one of the WhatsApp groups for refugees moderator. Huh? Who's Chris EU? The actress on the show was Stephanie Zimbalist, if that's who you're talking about, from Remington Steele. I loved Remington Steele. That was great. When I was in Swapo, Angolan border, gave the fish rat packs. What? I don't know who Chris EU is. No, he's not related to Dean Stockwell. Yeah, Dean Stockwell's a good actor. Royston Falker says, check up on Chris EU. There is no Chris EU on this channel. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't just make people moderators. I have to know who you are. We have to have a conversation. We have to have a video conversation by WhatsApp. And you have to agree to my terms and my one-page standards for moderators, and not throw your toys out of the pram if I overrule you as the content creator. So the exception to that is sometimes I let people have moderator status briefly to put a link in, because YouTube doesn't let you just put links in the chat unless you're a moderator content creator. But that's immediately taken back from those people. So no, I don't know who Chris EU is. Never heard of that person, Royston. So no, that person's not removing things here. YouTube does stuff, but not. We have no control over that. So I don't know who you're talking about. There's no Chris EU on this channel that I've ever seen, and certainly no one who's my moderator. I have about 25 moderators, but only about 4 that are very active. Erica was very active, but Erica, of course, suffered 2 strokes, and it's made it difficult for him. With all the people streaming the channel now, it's really challenging for Erica with the dexterity to react, and she overreacts, and she deletes people by mistake and has to apologize. So Erica's taken kind of a backseat. She still moderates, but so now my big moderators of late have been Arctic and Ronell, and been doing a good job at that. And of course, Hendo. Hendo's always been there. Yeah, so I don't know who this Chris EU person is. No idea who that is. Yeah, YouTube removed stuff. So we've had all kinds of things happen on my channel. A couple years ago, we had YouTube, or it said Alphabet moderator removed the chat. Somebody said something. We didn't even see what they said when they were paying attention to my channel. Yeah, so, all right. Depends on what you're looking for. Is one of the WhatsApp group for okay, Royston. Okay, let's be very clear, okay? That's not my group, okay? I have no control over that. You're going to have to talk to the moderators there and say something. But the only moderators in my group are my known moderators. So, for instance, I will tell you I have 2 groups. So, look, you guys are joining WhatsApp groups and refugee and attributing to me. There are only 2 WhatsApp refugee. Okay, so this SA refugee group chat, let me look at that and see who the moderators are. Okay, members. Okay, in that group, no. Okay, the one that Erica created, me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. The 7 people are moderators, and none of them, well, actually 6, because some person has 2 accounts. 6 moderators in that group, 425 members in that group. So that's not the group, and that's the one that Erica created. The 2 groups that I have, U.S. refugee admissions, there are 11 people trying to get in here. Let me see if I can get anybody in here. Okay. Nope, it's full. So that one's full. So that one has 1,025 members. The moderators there are Erica, Hendo, and me. That's it. No one else. No one else is there. That's that one group. And then the other group that I have for U.S. refugees, that's one. Hang on a second here. U.S. refugees. Here's the second one. Now, I know this one's going to be full. 62 people want to join. Let's see if I can get anybody in here real quick. Nope, that one's full too, 1,025. And that one for members, the only moderators are me, Erica, Hendo, and Chris Marie. That's it. So there's no Chris EU. If you're in a group that has a Chris EU, it's not anything to do with me in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. And the only other group I have that does information refugee is on Telegram. That's one has like 1,500 people in it, so more than you can put in YouTube. That's why we have it there. Telegram allows 220,000 people to be in a group. WhatsApp allows 1,025. So Anyway, I don't know what that group is, but it has nothing to do with me. And the groups that I'm responsible for with my small number of admins, only thing allowed to be posted in there is by me or the admins. And I ask my admins not to post nonsense like my rugby games. I appreciate them trying to tell people to come watch my rugby, but those groups are intended only to share information about the refugee program so that people aren't inundated. You can't comment in there. So I get people coming all the time, oh, that's nonsense in your refugee group. Dude, it's not my refugee group. No one posted. You're not allowed to post in there. It's a read-only group. So yeah. So I have 3 refugee groups to share information rather than propaganda. So there you go. Does that help? I don't know who this Chris EU is. Don't know what group that is. All right. Merck has 2 years to get Southern African years. What's this? Okay. You decided to take the steps in 1984. Wow, the irony. Yeah. No. I saw Africa as the next big thing in 1984. Statement of fact, folks. Statement of fact. I have the brochure in a box somewhere in a file from 1984. I held on to it. I don't know where the hell it's at. It's somewhere in the basement, I think. But yeah, I have that from 1984. I made that plan in 1984. And every part of it came true. It wasn't easy. It was a long road. Trust me, a long road. It wasn't easy. As I said, it took a non-traditional path to make full colonel. Almost nobody did what I did to make full colonel because you get punished for it. But, you know, I didn't join the military for fame and glory. I joined the military to defend the Constitution and to make a difference in this world. And I think I did. Oh, Peter O'Connor. You should see my whole CV. It's 14 pages long, man. Write an autobiography. Well, Maisi Kinfori, when I write an autobiography, it's going to have to be something that I release after I'm dead. Because some of the things I know, I'm not going to share while I'm alive. Exceptional journey. Yeah, it's been pretty cool. Career's amazing. So humble about it. Well, thank you for that, all people. I am. Do you see anything hanging on the wall promoting myself behind me? People are always trying to give me crap about, nonsense. Hang on. My new tulips. I'm trying to push them over there so you can see. I took the purple ones down. The leaves had all fallen off the purple ones. Those are about half the height. The other ones are all the way up to the sign. Yeah, no, I mean, it's. I've done 5 times now in 5 years. When people ask me, what are your rewards? What are your decorations? We did one the other day. It was a members only stream just so people can learn a bit more about me. Yeah. No, I mean, look, you don't see any I love me stuff on the wall. There's none in my house. Not one place in my house do I have a degree, an award, a decoration. My award I just got from Liberia sits in a box down here. Not that I'm not proud of it, but I mean, it's just there. So, anyway. Yep. What did Troika say? Go to church, pray for Arctic. What's wrong with Arctic? Why do you need to pray for Arctic? Maizik Infantry. Okay. Is it true that China wants to take over? No, I don't think China wants to take over Africa. They just want all the materials from there. They want a place to export their goods. Yeah, they're just looking for their own interests. They're a sovereign nation. Unfortunately, a sovereign nation run by communist, fascist dictators, but that's another story. Fertility rate is too high in these nations. Meanwhile, Western fertility rate is too low. Sounds similar to Brigadier Alexander's career. Wanted to command paratroopers in combat, eventually ended up as a military attaché, eventually resigned because of skin color. I don't know who Brigadier Alexander is. Nova Scotia is way too cool to be Canadian. Yeah, I think so. So is PE Island. Please, no one else asked the Colonel how he got into South Africa. Oh, come on, Alan, relax. Oh my goodness, Alan. Goodness, Alan. Okay. Can I tell you about the process withdrawing from U.S.? Well, there'd have to be public law passed that bans Americans from doing business here. Unlikely. Unlikely. Amazing clout U.S. has. If they sanction, the U.S. companies must leave. Crazy costs. So how does that work? Many U.S. franchises have BE partners. Well, there's lots of ways it can work. Okay, executive action can cause to be a problem. Yeah. Julie needs some coffee. The Bell B40 was a great machine to build. I worked for Bell in Richards Bay welding the... Okay, interesting quiz. In game, I love sharing my story. Well, I love hearing other people's stories in game, and that's why we do the meet and greets. People tell me their stories. Yep, and it's fascinating. See, the thing is that everybody has a story. A lot of people think they're boring. I mean, I still interview just everyday people. And they're like, well, nobody wants to hear what I have to say. Well, everybody's got a story. And the problem is that most people aren't storytellers. So a good storyteller can be a good interviewer, pulling the stuff out and adding flavoring particles of context. Like today, when I interviewed Was it in Ernst? I think it was in Ernst. I did a couple interviews today, one of which you won't know about till later in the week. But the interview I did today on Saturday, it's now Sunday, so the interview yesterday with Ernst, I think I mentioned there that my great-great-grandfather, Friedrich Wilhelm Aspelmeyer, arrived in Baltimore right behind where we were. You could see the port behind us on a ship in 1848. Got off the boat, walked over to Light Street, which is just along the port. It runs along that edge of the inner harbor, runs north and south. Walked to that street, went about 400 meters down the street, and lived there the rest of his life and worked there in the port. And that's, so I added that to the conversation about, Ernst's, his experience and what he thought of Baltimore. And that's a good storyteller will bring those things in, weave them. It doesn't have to be your experience. It could be someone else's, but it makes it relatable for people. So everybody's got a story. I mean, even if they think it's not interesting. So you just got to be able to get it out. Deborah found my life story. Deborah, you don't even know about me knowing Elvis Presley as a little kid, and my parents supposedly picking up, Tex Watson, one of the Manson clan who murdered Sharon Tate, giving him a ride through Arizona over to Texas. Yeah. Not to mention the horrible things that happened during my childhood, crazy situation. We haven't even talked about that stuff. Like everybody's got interesting stuff to say. Please let you know when I come to Hermanus. Okay, so the way this works, Petro Talyard, is that when I come to South Africa, if I come again, but right now, I mean, people are pissing me off. I don't know if I'm going to come back, but when I come to South Africa, I do meet and greets, and I announce them. I let people know where I'm going to be. Also, sometimes I do things, like do a tour, whatever. Like, for instance, let's say I was coming to Cape Town now. There's a jazz festival in Cape Town. I think it's the end of April. And if I went to the jazz festival, I'd say, hey, I'm going to be there. If anybody's going to be there, we can link up. When I went to Mahalisburg, to the Cradle of Humankind, I offered to go zip lining with people, but nobody showed up, so I skipped the zip lining. Plus, that's when I blew 2 tires outside of Rustenburg, man. That was a day. That was my rainbow rescue when an Indian tuck shop owner, an Afrikaans kid, and a Tswana-speaking South African all helped me fix my tires. What a day that was. Man, that was great. Then I wound up going to the Mahalisburg to the caves, the Sterkfontein caves, and only one person showed up. It was Chris Marie, and we went down. We did the tour together. It was really cool, and I interviewed her afterwards. So I do stuff like that. When I went to the Cape Town Sevens in Cape Town a few years ago, I told people about it. I ran into Boom Shakalaka, who I haven't seen in ages. Boom Shakalaka was there. I didn't even know that. I walked out of the arena to go out, walk around, and came out on the west side of the stadium, and there was a guy out there, one of his business stands, and he goes, "Hey, Colonel Wyatt." And I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" "It's Boom Shakalaka." I'm like, "Wow, I didn't even know you were here." And so he used to be on the channel a lot. And so then Ronaldo showed up at the Cape Town Sevens, and we linked up at the Sevens briefly. I met some other people there. And so, if I go to events, I tell people about it. We do meet and greets. If I go to Hermanus, it would be announced, and we talk about where to get together. So I have not been to Hermanus. I went last time. So I've been to Hermanus twice on these 4 trips. My next trip, if I do a trip, will definitely include Hermanus. That's a guarantee. For a couple of reasons, which I can't disclose. It's nothing nefarious. Just I'm not disclosing people's personal information. So, that's always on the table. The guarantee is I always wind up in the Western Cape, in Gauteng at a minimum, and from there I try to figure other things out. So my first trip back in 2022, I hit 6 provinces in 30 days, 7 flights. Plus 4,500 kilometers of driving. And that's just kind of the pace it goes at. People are always like, "You're going to take it easy, you're going to take it easy." I never do. I never take it easy. I never do. And so, when I was in South Africa the one trip, there was a horrific accident because of the rainstorm. People don't know how to drive in the rain. And these cars smashed into each other. And I got out and pulled the debris off the road because everybody else just drove by. Rubbernecking. I'm out there removing car parts and glass and metal and shards so people don't get flat tires, get a puncture, and cleaning up the road until the police arrive and making sure, first off, I made sure people weren't dead, they're okay, no one need medical care. Then I went and started cleaning up and putting stuff out so that people wouldn't run into the cars. And then I made a video of the scene and I reported it. So I was on the scene. South African news didn't even cover it until hours later. It was kind of cool. Yes, Neville's heard the I told you, don't go to sleep, man. Probably marry an Afrikaner woman. Don't hold your breath on that. I've got 13 wives or 16 wives in 13 countries. I can never keep that straight. Can you tell us about the process of withdrawing companies from South Africa? Well, I just did, I think. Gerhard Streedem says, "No, Colonel, it was interesting to hear how you developed interest connection." Yeah. What do you think of our... I haven't heard. People keep telling me that Naledi Pandor said something. I haven't seen it. So where's it at? Arctic, good. Lynette DeVette is laughing. Okay. And you have to agree to the U.S. Army Intelligence Survey. Well, you have to agree to a probe. That's right. Church is about to start. Okay. Rian van Ville. Well, that's an interesting name. I just heard on RSG News that Ibrahim Rasool will be getting a hero's welcome. Yeah, the problem with that is that the ANC's tried to stop that from happening, but I think it's half-hearted. Yeah, he's probably going to get a hero's welcome, so we'll see. Alphabet owns YouTube. Correct. All right, take care, Sarita. Albert von Linden, my job takes me to multiple people's homes every day. Most people here talk about leaving, but leaving on their own terms and aren't bothered about the refugee thing. Well, that's all fine and dandy, Albert, but they're all talking shit. They're talking shit. Getting to the UK, getting to New Zealand, getting Australia, getting to Canada ain't as easy as people make it out to be. Yep. Yeah, that's right. A strict CIA protocol. Chris in Africa. Repaired and built the smelting pots. Okay, there you go, kids. That's interesting. Americanas is here. Americanas, did you send me something about the merchandise thing we talked about? Because we got some proofs here tonight. Jan did some pretty cool stuff for us. Let me get to that. I'm going to show you guys. These are the shirts concepts that Jan came up with earlier. So these are kind of cool. Something along this line, but we don't need a white background. Oh, this one's good. Here we go. So here you go. So this one, check it out. There you go. I don't know, Jack Foucault. I like that one. That's pretty cool. And then release your member. Release your member. That people won't get that except the Wyatt Army. And this one is awesome. Check that out. That is so cool. Hashtag Wyatt Army. Look at that. I love me that one. That is really, really cool. Except we have to work on it a little bit. We can put like established 1983 or something like that, you know. We can fix the words, but that's pretty cool. Jan is supposed to send me the draft of that. So there you go. There you go, Americana. So we've already got some ideas for new merch for South Africa. So, okay. All right, where are we at here? Odin's Vikings in your WhatsApp group. No cat videos. No, there's no cat videos. America's wunderbar. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I think Trump's plan is to get South Africa to the USA. Trump also wants a Rugby World Cup. I don't think he knows anything about rugby. Johan Barclays, yes, prefer read-only groups. Made mistake to join chat group once. Big mistake. Yeah, no. That's why I keep those read-only groups. Yep. Some people leave because they're not getting information. Well, I'm sorry, if you went, most people don't want to be inundated with all that nonsense. That's why I do it that way. Are sanctions on the table? Sandil Maharaj, I'm going to make a video when we're done here because I'm wide awake still at 2:40 in the morning talking about that very issue. So stay tuned for a video coming out now, okay? Maisekint, I can't wait, as horrible as that sounds. Yeah, no, I won't allow that drama, no, so... Oh, there's Amerikaner said something. Where'd it go? Where the hell did it go? Well, that jumped a lot on me there. Okay, I was there. Okay, and then I'm looking for Amerikaners. They came up. I'm going to look for that pink hand. I don't know what that's all about. Okay. There it is. You're going to love our new site. So much information being added, creating one-stop portal for Amerikaners. Okay. All right. Okay, and we need to promote the hell out of Colonel Wyatt. He's the guy. Well, thank you for that, Amerikaners. I appreciate that. Please do. By the way, you can do that right now by going to Twitter. Those who are here, the 385 people who haven't done it already. Let me see what's going on over there now. We got people 37 times have commented on my post on Elon Musk, trying to get some feed there. So I got 37 comments, 67 retweets, and 190. That's, yep, cool. Some black supremacist wrote stupid caption here because I said, not exactly news, just another day of the EFF threatening white South Africans with murder and on Human Rights Day of Naturally. So it's got 3,000 views already. Maybe Elon Musk will catch on to what it said. So you guys can go promote my tweet. Did we pin it? Yeah, we did pin it at the top, I think. I think we pinned it at the top. So you can go there and go to Twitter and help us there by making comments and retweeting it and give it some hearts there, and then maybe it'll get attention from Elon Musk the more we get. So give it some traction. I'm going to keep pimping that post on there because Ronaldo is going to get all kinds of views. So we'll see if we can't get some views on my video. China naval exercises going on in Australia. No, that's been going on for 2 or 3 weeks. They actually fired live ammunition in the direction of Sydney Harbor. Now, hundreds of miles out, but it isn't the point. Veritas says, morning, Chris. When you see Maisekint, read Maisekint. Okay. Yeah, okay. Great story after 2 whiskey. Yeah, you do. Maisekint, Furi. Okay. I have to tell you my story, you'll run away. No, I don't want to hear horror stories. Not tonight. Yeah, Australia sold their souls for their minerals to China a long time ago. They're being pillaged for their minerals, and people are just oblivious to it. Good morning, Tracy. Favorite channel. Oh, thank you. Come visit PE. Well, I go to PE frequently. I've been to PE, I think, 3 of the 4 trips that I went there. Maybe all 4 trips. I'd have to look and see. But there's not really much for me in PE. But if you all come to meet and greet, that'd be great. My last meet and greet in PE was very small. It was very intimate. The first one was huge. We had a great time. Yep. So good morning, Mara Farid. Welcome to you. Hot Full Bikers is back. Lindy's still here. Oh, she's got to go. Bye-bye. Blade Wolf. We'll see in Hermanus, says Lizzie Grant. Boys, a lot of people from Hermanus here all of a sudden. I mean, I had a big PE following because a lot of people found my channel initially back in the day because I appeared on Ronaldo. What is PE? Port Elizabeth, Jack Star. Port Elizabeth. It has 3 names. There's a metropolitan name, which is Nelson Mandela Bay, which incorporates all the little towns. Port Elizabeth is the original big town there. And then now it has a new name. It's been renamed Khabecha, which is a Khoi name, apparently. So, but most people don't say Khabecha. They say PE or Nelson Mandela Bay. I don't even hear people saying Nelson Mandela Bay much anymore. So there you go. You like the haircut, Super D. Thank you. Looking pretty sexy, huh? I'm too sexy for my cat. Yes, indeed. And every April, Colonel Wyatt will be on the ground reporting America being flooded by Afrikaner immigrants. Yeah. Good morning, Mara. Okay. Not going church today. I'll watch later online. Says, man, my daughter has a horse riding competition. Your lives are very addictive. Well, I'm glad, Amanda. Let's get more people addicted, man. Let's get more people addicted. Sky News did an article on AGOA and the risk to tens of thousands of jobs. Everything in the article is old news and already covered. Yeah, well, they're late to the party. I've been talking about that for years. Americaners, you did send me a WhatsApp. Okay. The problem is I don't know what account that is, so hang on. Well, there it is. Okay. Cool beans. I found it. I have to save it. Okay, thank you very much there, Americaners. I found it. Let me see when you sent it. You sent that at... You sent it this morning at 7:40. Well, yesterday morning. So, okay, yeah. So it's been there for a day. Thank you for that. I have to save it in my address book. Otherwise, it doesn't show up as Americaner. So I'll do that. Thank you for that. Well, Donald Trump's in the process of forcing defense to be done here in the States. Yep. Did you once live in Ohio? Yes, I did. I went to high school and university in Ohio. Twice I went to university there. And I was an Ohio resident for almost my entire adult life. The whole time I was in the Army, because I entered the Army from Ohio, I was an Ohio resident. So I moved to Ohio in 1978 and technically was a legal resident of the state of Ohio until 2019. 88, 98, 2008, 2018, 41 years as an Ohio resident. Yep. Didn't live in Ohio, but I was an Ohio resident by law. Elon's going to the wheelchair business. No, sanctions aren't coming. I don't think they are. Megan Greff likes my straightforwardness and clarity. Well, thank you very much for that, Megan. But that makes me a target because some people can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. Is there anything left in this Coke? Just a little bit. All right, I'm caught up on the chat. Wow. Some people like Joe Smolema. So where are we at here? Let me get rid of this. What do I got over in this window? A lot of crap over here. What's this? Oh, I don't need that up there anymore. Don't need that up there anymore. Don't need that. Wow. I'm also doing another video about a story that South African media is not really covering, but I haven't got around to it. I wrote the script for it and the notes. When I say script, I write notes, and then I talk about that. Have you been to Gold Reef City? Yeah, Super D. Of course I've been there. I've been to the Apartheid Museum there. Yeah, I've been to Gold Reef City a couple of times. It's all right, but it's been a long time since I've been there. I mean, the last time I was there, it must have been like 2014, so a long time ago. Yeah, Gold Reef City doesn't do all that much for me. It's a great place to take kids back then, but, you know. Few Good Men is based on a true story. Real life and bad guys sue the studio. That's news to me. I didn't know it was based on a real life story, but I love it. You can't handle the truth. The Adopt a Main battle rifle. It's manufactured. Huh? The Adopt a Main battle rifle. You talking about the M4 that we use? Yeah, it's made in the United States. Yeah, it's absolutely made in the United States. Robert Palmer, Addicted Love. There you go. All right. Oh, look at Arctic playing the victim here. He gets picked on the most by the colonel. Oh, please. Please. Corey has our time getting Twitter. Well, let me take a look and see what's happened. I appreciate people going over there. It's helpful. I mean, that's giving me some traction. Now we got 43 comments, 77 retweets, 203 likes, 13 bookmarks. That's cool. That's cool. And it's going up. How many views has it gotten? Let me see. Uh, 3,095 views. There you go. Cool. Maybe that'll drive some views to my video. Wouldn't that be nice? So, U.S. defense staff could face a lie detector test in a probe after Elon Musk Pentagon visit. What is going on here? A memo calling for investigation into potential leaks from the Pentagon came after Trump was forced to reject a report he was briefing tech billionaire Elon Musk about how the U.S. would fight a hypothetical war with China. U.S. Defense Department workers could face lie detector tests. The Pentagon investigates alleged leaks. The Defense Department's intelligence and law enforcement arms are carrying out the inquiry, which is the latest by Donald Trump's administration. In a memo sent late on Friday, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, as Chief of Staff, called for an investigation into unauthorized disclosures of national security information that could include polygraph tests. Early in the day, Trump was forced to reject reports Elon Musk had gotten a briefing. I mean, this is just, okay, first off, the fact that this is in the press is bullshit, okay? If, in fact, there was a need to do an investigation, you wouldn't tell the public there's polygraphs involved. I've been subjected to polygraphs because of the nature of the work I did. I had to take polygraphs. They're not fun. I mean, when I was younger and I took a polygraph, it took like half an hour because I hadn't done anything. I hadn't been anywhere. So, I mean, like, you know, if they ask you a question in a polygraph, have you had contact with Foreign Intelligence Service? Yes. Yes. Well, they write that down. They mark the little thing when it goes up. And yes. And what occasions you have to have contact with the Foreign Intelligence Service? Why? Well, it was my job. What do you mean it was your job? Well, the Army assigned me here, and I did liaison with Foreign Intelligence Services. Duh! Dumbass. Have you ever done the following? Well, yeah, I'm not 22 anymore. So as you get older, polygraphs take longer. I mean, you can have a 4-hour polygraph, you know? It's crazy. It depends what kind of questions they ask. And it gets so damn nosy. So you sleep with goats? No. But you said you sleep with goats. I never said that. To try to trick you. Anyway, so yeah, and you would never announce that you're having a polygraph, and the polygraph will not be administered by the law enforcement because you'd have to have a warrant to issue a polygraph. And the same day that this took place, this is bullshit. This is propaganda. Somebody in the Defense Department needs to be sanctioned and punished for releasing this story. Because if in fact there's a legitimate basis to have a polygraph, that wouldn't be determined the same day that Elon Musk went to the Pentagon. That's ridiculous. This is you see this nonsense. And this will be spread all over the world that someone did something wrong. Whether Elon Musk got a briefing on China or not really isn't the issue. The issue here is the leak coming out of the Pentagon. So the law enforcement can't issue the polygraph, and you can turn it down. You can refuse it. The security guys, the counterintelligence guys, now that's a different story. I did counterintelligence. If you have a clearance, we can demand a polygraph of you at any time. And if you refuse, your access can be suspended like that for refusing to take a polygraph. Now, very few people get polygraphs. Number one, we have very few polygraphers. Polygrapher is a very small field, and we have so few, and we have people in very sensitive programs who have to have polygraphs. So we just don't have a bunch of them. I remember when I went to the National Security Agency, when I first arrived, there was a 10-month backlog for polygraphs. And in order to go in the building and work, I had to have a polygraph. So when I arrived as a major, they said, go schedule a polygraph. And I did. And they said, it'll be 10 months to a year. I'm like, it's a 3-year assignment. So what are you telling me? I can't work in the building? No, not till you have the polygraph. So I went back and told him in the Army unit, and I said, okay, I'm a major, right? I said, hey, I got to do this. Well, that's fine. Okay. Okay, what am I supposed to do? Well, you can just check in with the unit once a week. Just let us know what you're doing. So they were going to let me run around and do nothing and be on holiday for 10 months to a year and collect a paycheck. True story. Because I didn't belong to the Army. The billet that I was filling was inside the National Security Agency. So I work for the agency. The agency actually technically paid my salary to the Army. It's only a small number of people they do this for because I was in one of these special jobs. But I couldn't go in the building until I had a polygraph and passed it. But I couldn't get a polygraph because they didn't have polygraphers. Well, I don't really like the fact that they were going to pay me and I wouldn't have a job. So I needled them. I would go back. I'd contact the Army. Hey, any cancellations? Any polygraphs? Can I get a polygraph? Can I get in the building? Can I get in the building? And it was only about, I think, a month or 6 weeks, and I finally got my polygraph, and I was in the building. Yeah, so this is nonsense that this appears in the press. This is stupid. Stupid. It's amazing how deep the rot is in the USA. Yeah, exactly. The rot is very deep. You should never know about this story. This is bogus. Your sight system. What are you guys talking? I'm talking about this. You're not even listening to the polygraph thing. I'm wasting my time. Yeah, Julie, but the polygraphers are pretty smart. They know what they're doing. They can detect if you're just nervous or not. Why does just not open up more job opportunities to make immigration easier, more accessible to South Africans? Because we don't want economic refugees. We don't want economic migrants. We want people with skills. The refugee program is different. That's for people who are persecuted and oppressed, whose lives are in peril. But when it comes to immigration, it's a different story. So it may sound a little complicated, but that's just the way things are. Blood diamond. I heard an amazing song by the Southern government called Blah, Blah, Blah. No American flu. Stupid American meds are weak. Oh, please. What do you guys take? Paracetamol. You know what paracetamol is made from? Does anybody know what paracetamol is made from? Coal tar. Look it up. It's made from coal. I had a killer migraine when I was in London one time, and nothing was open. It was late at night. I finally found a shop, and I asked if they had Tylenol. They don't carry Tylenol in the UK. At least they didn't back then. All they had was paracetamol. I took paracetamol. It did nothing. My headache just got worse and worse. Oh, paracetamol. Please. American meds are weak. If American meds are so weak, why do we have all these OxyContin addicts? Take Tylenol. It works perfectly fine for pain. If you have inflammation, take ibuprofen. Yeah, that'll take down the inflammation. Yep. Overpriced, please. Had some muti last night. The guy that operated Dune, I don't know, but the Mummy was the one guy. He's done a lot of stuff. He was in Bosch too. Maura Thompson wants to know how accurate the test. F Society. That's an interesting username. Thank you. Actually, you'd be surprised. A polygraph is a pretty good indicator. It's not perfect. So, for instance, psychopaths frequently pass polygraphs because they have no remorse. They have no conscience. They can lie and their heart doesn't move. Their blood pressure doesn't change. Their sweat glands don't release perspiration. They just lie. That's what psychopaths do. They lie to your face. That's why so many of them go into politics. No, that's why. I mean, so you can fool a polygraph, but usually it's someone that's either well trained to do it. But I mean, I've never fooled a polygraph. I answer the questions honestly, and I pass my polygraphs. Yep. City of Roses, isn't that Bloemfontein? Spoke to a retired Army translator, and he explained polygraph. Very interesting. The test is only as good as a polygrapher. Correct. But a good polygrapher, you get a good test result. Yep. That's why they're not admissible in court here in the U.S. because they can't have such wild things. Okay, Mar, I've never taken that. That's a horse medicine. I've never taken that. Pondor had a lot to say over the last 3 days. Reported all the sites. Not the. Where is it at, Anita? Is it on Twitter? Where does she say it? Cannot full polygraph. My wife has a new built-in version. Yeah. Martin says all the way from Bondi Beach in Sydney. Wow. The Gold Coast. Was it really the Gold Coast? No, Sydney's not the Gold Coast, is it? No. Welcome to you. Neville Purden. Hey, Neville, I was wondering where you at. What? That's a bizarre thing to say, Neville. Yeah, well, OxyContin is the drug. Oxycodone is the market name. Same thing. Yeah, spouses have built-in polygraphs. At least they think they do. They think they do. So anyway, all right, where are we at? Almost 4,000 people here, but we've been at this for almost 3 hours. We're going to wrap it up here, folks. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Let's see if we get any freaking content violations or bans. Let me see if anything came up. Nothing yet. So yeah, we're working our way to 62,000, but getting more subscribers is really slow process right now. So please go to Twitter if you're on Twitter and comment or preferably comment, retweet, and like that so that it gets traction so people are seeing it. Arctic, take the Metal Man and add aspirin. Okay. All right. All right, Julie, I'm out of here too. I'm going to record a video here if I can find enough information to talk about that. Kadim is back. Yesterday, Paul Machatilia was bowling that he's from Japan and countries coming to boost South Africa with manufacturers like Isuzu and others. He said we must what? All right, well, Kadima, I'm glad to see you're still here. Well, good luck with the Isuzu factories. Love to see it, but I'm not going to hold my breath on that. Notice the Chinese aren't building their automobile factories in South Africa. That should tell you something. Yeah, it does work, but it is dangerous and very addictive. Steve Young wants to know how many people who actually subscribe have been awarded some. Actually, a fair number of my viewers are veterans of combat, so especially South Africans, but also a lot of Americans that are here are combat veterans. Mara, it is used for horses. I didn't say it was exclusive horse medicine, but you're not going to tell me it's not a horse medicine. It's used with livestock, but so is ketamine, and people take ketamine. So, all right, okay. You're just coming at me because you think I'm trying to rubbish it. I'm going to try to rubbish it like people during the COVID scam. I'm not talking about that. Just stating facts here. Rasul arrive in Cape Town. Yeah, 11 o'clock. Well, that's not far away, folks. It's, 2 hours now for South Africa. I'm not going to stay up for that, so I'll look and see what they say. Okay? Yeah, as long as it works, Megan. Exactly. As long as it doesn't do harm. Probably managed to stay out of the Jack Star. Yeah, no, South Africa will not work for Japanese. They will not like it. They will not like it. Thanks, everybody. Y'all take care. Have a good night, and appreciate you being here. God bless, and thanks, everybody. I'll be back on Sunday, hopefully with Neil Diamond. It'll be late in the evening, though, so, yep. So we'll have Neil Diamond, as long as he responds, but he hasn't yet. So cheers, everybody. Have a good day. Go watch the Ernst Rhodes video, if you don't mind, from Baltimore. It's pretty good. Catch you later.